Thank you. Thank you for that. Oh boy, yeah. I think that I muted it for something yesterday. Thank you, Duke. I appreciate you looking out. All right, we good? Yes, because I'm a professional broadcaster, guys. Bloodstone by Stars. Oh, hey, I forgot. Just because of you, you have made me the most watched program on Samsung fridges on YouTube. So, congratulations. I'm not sure who to congratulate, me or you, but yes, number one on Samsung fridges across the world. I feel so freaking I feel honored. I actually I got a little analytic that had other on it, and there you were. So I kind of thought that was hilarious. And man, my headphones are tingling. What the hell happened to you? Oh man. I hope you guys like my bright pink sweater. I literally just got this today, but check it out. CM Punk. Woo woo. Plus the black sheep. Come on. Fits so well. But yeah. Always liked pink. This is also the most comfortable sweater ever. If you guys are into comfy wear that they have it's like artisan stuff for like fighters and wrestlers and rock stars. Like they have Miles Davis stuff. It's really cool. All right, let's see. Yep. All right, we're good to go with those whenever I start doing a segment. Yes, best fridge programming. Also, I feel like I'm the best to listen to while you're on assembly line, right? Yeah, I'm doing pretty good there, eh? I hope everybody is actually having a much better day, health day than me, because, dude, I woke up feeling like I was not going to be able to do this today. I was just like, I had all that post-nasal drip buildup. I just felt like absolute garbage. But hey, I have this professional broadcast voice right now. Look at that. Yeah, Jim and Skidum. Hey, welcome to the program. Yes, that's actually exactly how this works. I usually wait till the 20-minute mark because I start at 4. If you catch my drift. So, yeah, that's usually what happens, and then we go into the news and politics. However, sometimes if the news is, breaking enough, I will just go right into the news, and then we'll just kind of cheers as we go. But yes, I got the Scaredy Bear. As you can see right here, he's ready to go. God, somebody asked yesterday what was in this, and it turned out not to be Alamode. Alamode was the one that I have for the later parts of the stream, which goes into this here bad boy. What it was a sativa though. That's all I know. Oh, jet fuel. It's OG jet fuel. I did remember. So I almost forgot. Like I had like the doorway effect. Like just thinking about something. It's just, and I'm going to a different thought. Yeah, you gotta love being a stoner. Bloodstone by Stars. I'll be in and out because of my friend and I are heading to Buc-ee's for brisket. Ooh, going to the Buc-ee's. Oh man, that's exciting. See, I actually have some gas station wear. I guess is like I'm a Wawa guy myself, but Buc-ee's is all right. I do love the large stations. Also the fact that it is kind of like going to a shopping mall, just like randomly. It's like, oh wow. But yeah, as I said, I like me a good Wawa hoagie. Go over to the East Coast and get me a Wawa. I'm not even kidding. If you guys have never actually had like a Wawa hoagie, those things are great. But here we go. So, I think that we all know by now that this fine program is sponsored by Ground News. I'm not sure if Jim and Skidum know that, but let's just make it known that, yes, this program is sponsored by Ground News, but it being sponsored by Ground News, it is a good thing because it helps me cut through all the flack. Yes, this is going to sound a little bit like a commercial, but it's not. I assure you, I am doing this all on my own. no script, no nothing. So, check it out. This is ground news. So when we go into the news segment here, we're going to know exactly what kind of spin we're getting on it. You got this story right now at the top of the ticket. We got a leftist spin of 31%, a right spin of 39%, and a center spin of 30%. So when you go and click on this, it will give you a little breakdown of all the collected articles on each one. So you could go to the left one, the center, or the right. Or if you just keep it at center, it does kind of break it down where it gives you a little more nuance to it, where it'll say like a red media conglomeration, blah, 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 leans right. Like this one, okay, so I'm guessing that is literally just the French, or Svenska, not French, but yes. And then over here, you can get an idea of exactly where they kind of view each publication. Like the fact that they say USA Today is a center-left publication is kind of wild to me, considering, like, especially it's been weird. Center spin, I'm high enough. Yeah. All right, cool. So you've already beaten me to it. I appreciate that. I always appreciate a go-getter. But yeah. So yeah, this is what ground news looks like. And then it has my favorite little thing here where you can go to the blind spot section and it gives you a breakdown of all of the stories from the for the left and for the right. So we kind of are able to break through all like the algorithmic crap where normally I wouldn't see anything from these types of publications. Specifically, like, so when they say for the left, they are curating most of the right-wing articles so we can get a good idea of like where they're spinning things. Meta says harmless content is mistakenly taken down too often. Let's see. This has a severe right-wing spin. Meta, the parent company of Facebook and Instagram, said Tuesday its error rates can be too high when enforcing content moderation policies and pledged to improve their policy rollouts. I actually think that is true. I think that the moderation on Facebook has gotten a little ridiculous. I mean, it's almost a running gag now where it's just like you can get banned for like the most mundane crap now. But it also is kind of like, oh, I don't know about that, because there are other times where I just see some overtly racist stuff and I'm like, okay. But all right. We now have an idea of how ground news works, so I can come back. Hello. Thank you for sitting through that. I do appreciate it. Also, let me do my link, and then we're good to go. I should probably just save this to my hyperlinks, like if I was a smart person. But here I am, going to the same place to get the same link, which probably should just, I guess I said, you know what, I'm gonna just save it. There we go. Look, I'm so smart. No, I'm not. I'm just as smart as your average bear. No, I'm not. Sorry, I'm literally just rambling while I'm trying to get this up there. There we go. Check ground news, and then also one more thing. If you guys haven't joined the Discord, please do. It is a great place, and honestly, it's got my horticulture on there, if you know what I'm talking about. If you don't know what horticulture is, come on. It's, we got some plants in there, come on. I can't say much more than that, but yeah. Here. And then join this Discord for all the fun. All right, now we can move on. Thank you for sitting through my little sponsorship segment. So, but I'm not even kidding. I do use like ground news for this entire program, and it helps me cut through all the BS and just kind of get, you know, the stories that we need. So yeah, we're gonna go right into it. There we go. Actually, let's continue with this meta story, because I'll be completely honest. Horror culture, you say? My people! Did I say horticulture? Horticulture. Wait, you're just like horticulture. Ooh, is there a horticulture in this? You know what? That's a lame joke. Boo! I'll boo myself. It's weird. I can almost like feel Duke just being disappointed in me. Just like, come on, man, you're better than that. Sorry, Duke. I preemptively say I am sorry. All right. Well, do you horticulture? There we go. Shimmer Pickles, thank you for joining the program. Horticulture sounds like a great dragon. Yeah, that is. Oh, wait a minute. Oh my God, you go like the full hippie, like hippie princess route, where like everything's made of hemp and jewels, and that'd be kind of cool, man. Don't try to make my joke better. You know what? I failed. I got what I deserved there. All right. Can we just admit that I got what I deserved. Hey, thanks, Duke. Making me feel so great over here. Tweeds. Ooh, yeah. Exactly. Jim, you're getting where I'm going with that. Yes, but not even kidding. You can take a look in the Discord, and I posted some more pictures of my great horticulture skills, which I am quite proud of. I'd had one questionable setback, but that setback turned out to be a blessing in disguise. So later on, also in the members only stuff, I will be able to talk about my budding business. If you catch my drift, my budding business will be well, actually, no, it's not like that. You can make your own budding business with you gotta just plant the seeds for a budding business type of thing. Actually, funny story. Sam Cedar from the Majority Report kind of did the same thing that I did, except he did it on a way grander scale, where from my understanding, he was growing a pretty large amount of plants. And he just accidentally made a bunch of male plants that had feminized seeds. So, you know what? That's also what we call technically a happy mistake. But if you actually want like almost guaranteed feminized seeds, then you want a plant that was technically a hermaphrodite, where you also get a little bit of bud out of it. But if you guys are, of a certain age, then I guarantee you have all smoked a herm plant. If you've ever pulled a seed out, then yeah, that's how that goes. It doesn't really damage the actual flower though, so that's kind of cool. The only damage technically is to weight. So, this sounds like something Republicans would be mad at. Well, it's almost like, yeah, you could do this in a commune, so it's almost like that commune. Oh, no. I almost said it, guys. I almost said it. If I say it, it makes it real. Uh-oh. We'll call it the Green Scare. Ooh, I like that. All right, 20 minutes. Here we go. I get to go. Woohoo! It's actually 4:21. Oh, no. Come on. It loves me. Anytime that it goes a little too long and you hear that pop, I call that the danger pop. The danger pop? That's exactly why I call it the danger pop, because it could get dangerous. It like gives you that rush of smoke where you're just not ready for it. You gotta love that. Excuse me. All right, I said this at the top of the program here. I am dealing with a little upper respiratory thing, so you guys can just bear with me. I appreciate that. I don't know anything about bird, but you sound like you have a science degree. Technically, it would be a botany degree, but yeah, I should have. I probably, if I was, a smarter person, I probably would have applied myself to an actual, academic degree with it. But I don't know if that would have actually gotten me anywhere, Because funny enough, like, that would be the only reason I would want to do it. And back then, it was still, illegal everywhere. So what was I going to do? Try and plan to possibly go to, like, a California or Colorado. Fire Fist Ace, weird culture also sound like a One Piece. Weird culture. Yeah, horror. Did you mean horde culture? Yeah, it does actually. It's that hard letter in the middle there. Shimmer Pickles. It better not. It's better not to get your degree. The debt is wild. Thank you. You know what? I thought about that because, like, I was toying with the whole, like, going in for, like, a poli-sci degree or just going in for something. And I went in for a half semester, and I could not commit myself. I did mostly, like, art classes and, a few acting classes. I did a stage combat class, though. That was a lot of fun. I actually learned a lot from that, surprisingly. Community college, very underrated. It is very, very underrated to go to, like, community college programs. I kind of wish I would have gone to the culinary program, though. That would have been better. But yeah, about halfway through, I was just like, this is not for me. I hate school. I hate sitting there and, listening to a bunch of people. Also, like, my schooling was very religious, so I had trust issues, especially because I'm like, I don't know if I can trust anybody in authority anymore. They're all gonna steer me wrong. I don't care what their beliefs are. But yeah, I appreciate your take there, Shimmer Pickles, because I think that it kind of, for so many people, turns into that, and then it just turns into, like, why do I have this degree if I'm not even really applying it to anything? Although, the other part of that is, I have seen other people get jobs just by having, like, what I would consider the throwaway degree, where they're just like, yeah, it was like a poli-sci degree, but they have that degree, so they're just like, look, and then they end up getting a better job because of it. So, America, gotta love it. Also, shout out Fire Fist Ace. What's up, buddy? Good to see you. Oh, God. This tea is going to save my life. If I need to go upstairs and grab another tea, you guys are just going to have to bear with it. It's not going to be, although there'll probably also be a tea to pee situation, which, don't have to be smart to do well in school, just need to be disciplined. Well, Shimmer, or Duke, I'm sorry. I lack discipline, okay? Like, and it took everything in me not to say it the way that's on South Park, okay? But yeah, I totally lack discipline. As far as my brain, like the ADHD that I have, it just won't allow it. Like, I can sit in silence, believe me. I've actually, I gotta credit you, Duke. I've been trying to do the meditation thing on like a small scale ever since we started talking about that. Because it really did kind of make me think, like, yeah, you know what? These times of silence really do bring about, hard reflection. And I actually have had a few, like, major moments, like, major breakthrough moments with it where I felt great. And I did feel like I was able to reflect on things that had been bothering me a little bit better. So, shout out, Duke. And also, shout out to your mom. And I mean that, like, in the friendliest way, where it's like, no, I'm glad that she had done that, so you're kind of like, Fire Fist Ace Cobra Kai gave me discipline. I mean, if you're actually practicing the stuff from Cobra Kai, nothing wrong with that. It's kind of like making fun of somebody saying, like, oh, you know what? I do DDP yoga. It's like, yeah, DDP yoga is great. If you don't know who DDP is, he's a wrestler, but he's got the easiest, most, like, honestly fun yoga program to do, where it's, easy breathing and easy workouts. Hey, what's up, Anna? Good to see you. I'm glad that you're here. Just kind of chatting it up before we go, into the more newsy segments. We also have a lot of fun. My titles are never the clickbait. Except they are kind of, but only with the capitals. But I actually can't, like, I'm going to tackle the subjects that I have in there, so just bear with me. We're literally at the start of stream, so no rush. Duke of Bread, hell yeah, meditation is a great exercise to train yourself and be less reactive and help you work through things. It really is, man. As much as I want to make any joke about this right now, I gotta be completely honest, man. Like, dude, you're right. You're right. And the thing is, I have been a little too loud with my stuff lately, as far as like just with my brain, not letting myself relax. Even I was starting to go back into my times where no matter what was happening, if there was quiet, I would either listen to some music. I mean, hell, I was even doing the humming stuff but then because of talking to you about this kind of stuff, it did make me go like, well, why am I so uncomfortable with this? You know, maybe I should sit here and reflect on that thought, and then sitting on and thinking on that would lead me to thinking about like the deeper stuff that was going on in my mind. So, you know, for real, man, you were a blessing in disguise here, Duke, bringing me some meditation. I'm drinking Earl Grey tea. I was not a tea guy. Like, it's like you guys brought me my Zen. Weird. Box breathing is a good way to start meditation. You know what? Of all of our crew there, Firefist, I would actually say that you're probably the most attuned to doing that. Like, I could see you not having like the just need to constantly, like, because you know me, I'm gonna try and like I'll fart and I'll just start laughing about it. It's just Earl Grey is the superior tea. Thank you. Thank you, Shimmer Pickles. Getting down to the important nitty-gritty. Tea talk. No, for real. Earl Grey is the superior tea. A good green tea's alright, but I gotta say, man, Captain Picard knew his shit. You know? Earl Grey tea. Hot. Now, only if we could get that nice piece of technology that would make socialism very, very possible. Because I remember doing an essay in high school about how the replicators were what would build, like what would essentially bring about world peace. I was just, God, I gotta find that, you guys. I have that somewhere. I saved all of that crap, which I should probably also go through that just to make, you know. All right, let's get rid of some of this. I don't know why I still have, you know, assignments from freaking, you know, 10th grade or whatever. Duke, jasmine green tea for life. I know you, bud. You love green tea. You drink that shit like ice cold, lukewarm, hot. No, you for real. You've been consistent with that one, so I'll give you that. But I'm sorry. I'll fight you. Our Earl Grey and your green will sit. Oh, it's like the green Hulk. Oh my God, we're gonna do that. Green Hulk versus Grey Hulk. We got a tea battle going on. Let's go. Duke of Bread, if you feel uncomfortable, try not to react to it, observe it, and let it pass. Same thing with desires, just observe and let it pass. It's funny that you say that. See, that's the thing that kind of like stopped me in my tracks my last therapy session, when I kept, like, we were covering my brother's death, and when I was talking about it, I kept laughing, and she just said, like, can I just stop you right here? You're full of shit. And she said these exact words to me. It legit was awesome. I love my therapist. My therapist is great, because when she said that, immediately I was like, this is what I needed. I just needed somebody to tell me that I'm full of shit. But it wasn't like in the mean way where she's like, no, what you're doing right now, this coping mechanism that you have, she's like, you have developed that, and those little bursts of laughter are helping you just kind of bury it. So I was like, wow. She's like, you need to just be able to sit in silence and really process that. And funny enough, like when that happened, I think I came on here and we had this discussion, and then we started talking about Michael, and yeah, man. Thank you, Shimmer Pickles. I appreciate that. Yeah, death sucks, you know, and it sucks. See, I'm doing it right now a little bit though, because I mean, it is whatever. It's comes for the people that don't deserve it the most. That's the way that I kind of feel about that one. But also, you know what? In his memory, I am very. I try to do my best. So, also, just shout out to my my half brother. He's my younger brother. He just got his master's degree today, and I am very proud of him. So, congratulations, Joe. I appreciate you, bud. You might not have appreciated that, but we'll see. You don't watch this. But yeah, he got his master's degree in, I think, theology. So, I'm a little scared to have a religious discussion with him now. No, I'm just kidding. You can go through all the theology classes in the world. And it's like, nah, dude, living through it, that's enough context. Shimmer Pickles, yay. Anna, congrats, hell yeah. Yeah, you know what? Yeah, despite any of the arguments I've ever had with him, I'm very proud of my little brother and him getting his master's today. Oh, bastard's taller than me, though. He's taller than me, and he's got that upper build where I was just like, how did that, what? Why did I get the lanky? Come on, man. It sucks. But, nah. Yeah, I'm also very proud of my sister. Just cause. I'll just say, just cause. I'm proud of her. She's a good kid. Well, kid. Good 33-year-old. Oh, she's 34 now. Ooh. Sorry if I spilled the tea a little bit on that one. Hey, we stand our short kings. I'm not short. Hey, I'm 6 foot. He's 6'3". He's a very tall boy. Robin B, very nice, congrats. Yeah, no, thank you. I can't wait. You know what? I'll tell him. I'm gonna just shout him out. I'm gonna do this live with you guys. I'll just send him a text. I'm shouting you out in my chat. Love you, kid. All right. Again, Duke, yeah. This is the brother that I was talking about that is, he's into religion, but also, I don't know, man. I'm trying to be better about this, because I'm trying not to get into those fights. Also, I am a little heartbroken, that I got 2 sisters that don't really talk to me, so that kind of sucks. And also, I have a very large family, so as you can gather here, I'm talking about, all my brothers, my sisters, oh yeah, which, it's so weird when I hear, YouTubers that are like, I don't want to talk about my family, or they don't want, it's like, okay, I understand, a little bit of hiding that stuff, but, also, if somebody's tenacious enough, they're gonna find out, man, so, Duke of Bread, I am not proud of my siblings, they both suck. Yeah, man, I'm sorry. I am sorry about that. That sucks. that does suck. Maybe they'll come around, you know what? The thing that I find is the more that you have discussions and the more you humanize, just the situations between you guys, I think that maybe you will find more, not just common ground, but you'll be able to change their minds a little bit. Because, yeah, for anybody that ever tries to say, well, I'm not trying to change somebody's mind when I'm debating, I'm like, then what are you doing? I feel like you're just wasting time at that point. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to bring myself back up. I'm just kind of doing a little talky segment for a second here. I'm looking at that. We stat our short kings. I'm just like, wait a minute. It's like, I am the definition of not short. I thought. I mean, again, I was one of the taller kids in my, on my hockey teams. That's why, taller guys on my hockey team. Hence why they wanted me to Protect the net. All right. But no, I appreciate you guys all giving him a little bit of love there. Also, yeah, I also appreciate the kind words about my other brother. Jim and Skidum, I think Emma and Tim Pool had a hookup. There's a weird energy between them. Nah. I don't think so. I think that if the weird energy's there, it's because Tim wanted it and he thought that he could. And Emma is literally doing the mean girl version of making fun of him, and it's not in the Helga Pataki Hey Arnold kind of way, man. It's not like that. Because honestly, then there would be more of I don't know. There would be more there. I kind of disagree. No one would hook up with Tim Pool. Well, Shimmer Pickle, somebody did, because he did get somebody pregnant. So, yeah, that happened. Because if you didn't listen to the Tim Pool Sam Cedar debate. Sam kind of just outed it, because what happened is, what was it, like a week before that, he had this weird thing where he made a video calling out like a bunch of people that were working for him, but he didn't do it by name. He was just doing this thing where he's just like, yeah, I got this weird thing going on. God, I feel like I need you know what, fuck it, I'll just do this. I'll just do my hoodie for Tim Pool. No, hoodies are too cool for Pool. No, the fact that he appropriated the beanie. But no, he was talking about how like they don't work enough, and how because they don't work enough, he has to put a bunch of the stuff that he was working on the back burner, because he was just like, well, I've got this other channel that I was thinking about, and we have these other shows, and I was looking at doing a news network at one point, when we watched the quartering thing yesterday, I was like, wait, both of these guys were trying to have like a legit news network? That's weird. But yeah, he started talking specifically like, yeah, his staff was the problem. It was kind of like, well, wait a minute. He's like, yeah, so because of these staffing issues, I'm going to have to cut down on a bunch of my projects. And he kept bringing up, because of my family, I have to put my family first, which any of us that listen to the Majority Report know. Like, I have had discussions with Tim Pool's dad in the Majority Report chat. Like, he knows who Pep Talks is. I'm sure, like, I think he's checked out my show once or twice. Also, because, like, I used to skate in the same circles as Tim Pool. He just didn't like me because I wasn't a real skater. You're just here to smoke weed. He was one of those douchebags. So he used to call me a poser. But yeah, it was just, I keep saying this to, I know this is kind of a repeat story for my older audience here, but yeah, it was kind of funny where later on we were at this like gathering for Occupy Wall Street at this bar downtown, and he recognized me, and he came up to me like we were cool, and I did the thing where I just backed down, and I was like, oh yeah, it's good to see you, man, I'm glad you're here. I just totally he hated me though. I think no one would hook up with Tim Pool. I didn't even know he was straight. Isn't Tim Pool's dad actually cool though? Yeah. What? Yeah, no, Tim, stop distracting. Glad to see you here. Check your Discord, by the way. I DM'd you something. Little something about our plans going forward. But yeah, Jim and Skidum, I'm sorry, man. I don't think. Yeah, Jim and Skidum, are you like are you a YouTube channel that has, is it like a radio show? Because that sounds like a radio show. Like, you're listening to Jim and Skidum on 107.5. Making me bring out the radio voice. You guys are listening to Q101. The Q. Distracting. Yeah, no, I actually, I have that call somewhere. I actually have that saved. Give me one sec. There we go. Ruben's Train. Oh, wizard. What's up, dude? No, it was my dog. What? Wait. Don't break. I saw a wizard and then I'm like, wait a minute, wait, what? But what's up, Ruben's Train? Glad to see you. Speaking of. Dog. Say hello to dog. Oh, sure, Pickles, thank you. Yeah, like the stream. It really helps me out. I'm not even trying to be one of those guys that's, trying to be subtle about it. No, it helps me out a lot. So please like the stream. It's free if, you guys like this type of content. Also, per this video we watched yesterday about the YouTube impressions, I did go and do a little bit of a deeper dive on it, and guess what? You guys are really helping me out with impressions on that stuff, so I really, really appreciate it. Also, subscribe to the channel if you guys like this. For real, I enjoy building this community with you guys. It's a lot of fun. Also, I linked the Discord in the top of the chat here. I'll update that here in a little bit. I also have a link for 15% off Ground News if you guys want to sign up for that. To cut through the muckety muck and get the actual news, because honestly, yeah, just real quick, we'll do it, because I actually needed to lead into our news segment here, because I'm still on Blind Spot. So right now, I'll do this backwards. As you can see, they have this neat little feature where they'll curate it for people who identify as right of center and left of center, but it's not giving you the stuff that's actually curated to you. Technically, these are all the articles that we would have already seen are on the right here. On the left here, ironic, right? It's almost like they did that on purpose. We get all the right-wing stories, which there's a 0% right-wing or left-wing story here that I just really want to read. Hexa slams manufactured media takedown of him in Wall Street Journal op-ed. Oh my god. Yeah, it's all right wing. Oh, that's hilarious. Guys, check this out. Are you seeing this? They're actually doing it now. The Hill, they made it. They actually made it. They are part of the right wing circle here with the Wall Street Journal. That's hilarious. Lord Jeffrey Esquire. I think Emma is into R.M. Brown. Every time that you guys say R.M. Brown, it's one of my favorite comic book artists. His name is Ryan Brown, but with an E. No, guys, do I really have to do dating gossip, like a dating gossip segment, and debunking the dating gossip in my chat? I mean, okay, fine. Personally, I don't think there's anything going on between Emma and Tim Pool. I don't think there's anything going on between Emma and Sam. I think that it's borderline chauvinist to kind of always insinuate that a woman on these programs has something, sexual going on with, these hosts. And also, yeah, she's, as far as I know, she is engaged to some, a normie that doesn't, really do this stuff. So good for her. As somebody who values a little bit of their privacy, but also realized what he did when he signed up as being a public figure, it is kind of like, all right, but that's just my opinion, though. Also, I do watch this stuff. I'm more than willing to also say it, okay, if there's a vibe, there's a vibe. I'll be honest, I thought that with Nomi. I thought that Nomiki and Sam had a little bit of a thing going. But, and that's not just me being doing the chauvinist thing. That's me literally just being I don't know, man. There was a bit of a vibe there. Also, it was so weird because I had this 2-week period where I could not listen to Majority Report, and during that 2-week period, boom, all of a sudden she was gone, and nobody would talk about it. I was just like, Dan, Emma is cringe. Well, I like her. She's cool. I'm sorry you feel that way, Dan. Dan to Dan. If you haven't seen that, that's an awesome anime. Every Dan gets that from me now. All right. Tim said she was a predator and her eyes are kind of scary. So, well, he also he said the same thing about Sam. He literally called him beady-eyed, which, he's like, those beady little eyes. Wait. Hold on. That might not have been him. Wait, was it? Oh, no. You know what? I'm wrong. It was Steven Crowder that called him beady-eyed. My bad. I'll take that L. Emma is the most chill. There's never sexual tension with her appearances. LOL. No. See, that's what I mean. Like, no, I haven't felt that way. Dude, she's almost like a bro. Like, she reminds me of hanging out with just any of the bros. She just happens to be an attractive woman. But no, her personality, she can hang, like, yes, it's part of the sports thing, but it's also like she understands like the kind of boys club mentality of pretty much everything that she goes into. Like, I think that she's really good at establishing, her energy in a room. I used to give Anna Kasparian the same kind of credit though, so I'll be a little careful with that. Because I'll admit it, I gave Anna way too much credit That one tweet was it, though. I knew that was it. I knew when she was just like, I'm not a birthing person. I was just like, oh, boy, here we go. This is gonna be... Uh-oh. But I'm sorry you feel that way, Dan. I hope that you think that there's, other people that, can speak to you. But I also understand people that just don't like vibe with certain people online. If they're not your vibe, they're not your vibe. I get it. Shimmer Pickles. Emma's smart. Yes, she is. Duke of Bread. There is no way she slept with Tim. She has a boyfriend. Well, she has a fiance, and Tim clearly disgusts her. Yes, this entire conversation is misogyny. It is. All right. Yeah. You know what? I want to back off this because I am feeling a little uncomfortable. Distracted. See, this is what happens when you do this stupid dating segment. Emma is responsible for the best RM Brown drop. Debate me. Oh, that. Oh, yeah. Oh, my God. Debate me. Yeah. Anna is jealous of the Russian money Tim and Dave got. Ish. She's more... Actually, I know that she's openly jealous, specifically of Hasan. Like, she's been very openly, talking about how much money he makes and how it's not fair. Jim and Skiddo, I'm sorry, bro. I was just stirring stuff. Dude. It's okay, man. Don't sit there feeling guilty just because, you did a good job. Let's just consider your job done, and you sufficiently stirred the pot. Or as my wife would call it, you're a shit stirrer. You stir the shit. You can only misogyny if it's funny. That's the law. Well, I'm trying. See, the thing is, that's the problem with comedy there, Shimmer Pickles, is a lot of people will then go, comedy's subjective, you're not funny, boo, you make bad jokes, boo. Also, if you're not funny, then that just means it's just misogyny. So it's a vicious cycle that keeps me from enjoying myself entirely. Wipe your ass with them is her drop, LOL. Wait, is that one on? I was talking about your chat. You didn't misogyny. Oh, cool. Cool. Sorry, man. I can misogyny. I don't want to misogyny. Misogyny not cool. I can't believe I have to have this hot take. Wait, what is going on? This took a weird turn real fast. Tactical misogyny can go horribly wrong. A little misogyny as a treat. Duke! Jesus, dude. Oh, man. The fact that you come in with comic timing in the chat is... And it's hard, too, because you guys have just like this teeny bit of a delay, but I gotta say, man, that's a talent. Yes, tactical misogyny can go horribly wrong. Misogyny de Luffy. Or back to the One Piece. Damn it. Oh, no. Next, we're going to be talking about the, what is his name? Oh my God. The other pirate Luffy. The one that we're all sick of hearing about and that we all just want to go away. Oh, my Lord. You guys know who I'm talking about, the guy that Hasan platformed, you know, the one that everybody is, we covered this yesterday with Mudahar from Some Ordinary Gamer, thinking he was going to, you know, do a politics. He thought he was going to do a politics and do the deep dive on Hasan. Bigot ballsy. Bro. All right, you're on today. Bigot. Welcome to another episode of Bigot Ballsy. Today we've got we have Emma versus Tim Pool. The Kamehameha blast of misogyny. Fuck. Oh man. Yeah, you guys. This is too funny. Honestly, this happens way more often in these circles too. I kind of brought it up with the Nomi thing because I don't even think that's fair to her, but I do remember when like Shoe on Head was a thing. Everybody was talking about, oh, is she with Vosh? I think that she's got a secret thing with Vosh. It's just like, man, Shiver Pickles will try not to get you canceled too fast. Thank you. I'm not even at 1,000 subs yet. Please, let's not do that. Also, keep it TOS. Let's keep it TOS. I got my new glass stem for my vape. Ooh. Very, very cool. Now, when you say that, are you using, like, the old butane lighter with it? And, does it, like, have the nail in it? Because, yeah. Also, wait, Deemstars, I thought you weren't smoking. Or are you just prepping for Pride Month? Because I do remember you said that you were going to come back for Pride Month. Which, I mean, that's... I love the fact that you're sticking with a show called High on Politics on a break where you're just like, yeah, I'm taking a break. Same thing happened with Lacey Green. Oh, yeah. Yeah. I also remember like there's this weird arc going on for a little bit where they thought that Ben Shapiro was with Blair, like had a secret thing going with Blair White. Yeah, there was a lot of that stuff happening, like the leftist, not even leftist. God, that was Reddit stuff. That was like the .gg Reddit community. Deemstars, I didn't know I was gay. Oh. Whoops. I mixed you and distracting up. My bad, bro. No, distracting. He's taking a break. My bad, dude. My bad. Sorry, Deep. Wow. Did I have ever mentioned that I'm bad with names? I think I have. Duke of Bread. I was mutuals with Shu for a few years, but she blocked me when I criticized her once and she didn't like it. She did that with a bunch of people, man. I'm not trying to take away your special sticker from the Shoe on Head ban, but she literally banned like every mutual that did have a it all started when she, and God, this is gonna sound a little sus on my end, but it did start when she started dating that right-wing YouTuber, and then the guy she ended up marrying, and now look at her. I actually haven't heard anything about her, so I would call her irrelevant, but how can I call somebody, you know, who has a much larger platform and audience than me irrelevant? That seems like not even the pot calling the kettle black. That sounds like the ant calling the kettle black. That didn't make sense. Well, I mean, you can smash an ant with a kettle, I guess. Jim Skidum, yeah, man, we're cavemen. I have a PVC bong and smoke flower. You know what? There's nothing wrong with that. I am a flower child myself. I gotta be honest with you guys. YouTube TOS is you know what? I gotta keep it TOS friendly, and the green like aspect, like the flower part of that, is a little bit harder to get away with. I can't wait to tell my girlfriend. Well, you don't need to be gay to go to Pride. Like, you don't. I mean, I plan on going to Pride for to support my friends. So, also just good time. You know, the gays can party. Team stars. Okay, at least you got a good sense of humor about this, man. I'm sorry. That was my bad. I was like, oh man, distracting. Yeah, I'm the one not smoking, and Team stars just informed me that I'm gay. See, I said it. I said you don't need to be gay to go to Pride. Distracting and I love this. Gay peeps are dope. Yeah, exactly. You know what? We got a section here called Boys Town that is like, that's the place to be. It's literally one of the nicest spots in Chicago. Hey Libby, good to see you. Welcome back. Glad to see you in the chat here. That's too funny though, Duke. I have no idea what she is like nowadays. I haven't paid attention to her content for years. I think that's been 2 or 3 years since the last time I've actually even heard any discourse about her, because I know that she had the last drama arc she had that was on my radar was her and Xanderhall had a falling out over some, stupid drama. So you gotta love that kind of stuff. Hey, everybody. I'm glad you guys are doing the welcome. Let's, I'm glad you're back. No, that's awesome. Oh, you know what? Cheers. I will do a little cheers for you guys. We got enough in here. I mean, geez. Do we have enough in here? All right, we're going to get to the segment here. Because, first off, I did kind of want to talk about this Pete Hegseth guy for a minute, just because we all know that this whole confirmation process is kind of like, we're worrying about stuff that isn't even happening yet. So we just need to really calm down. Grip it and rip it. Thank you. Hold, exhale. Inhale, exhale. If you guys like Revolution, that's a song that they have. It reminds me of what Jim Skidum here said. Jim and Skidum. Again, sounds like a radio show or like a YouTube show. Like your partner Skidum. Is he in here? They in here? See, I gotta be better with that. You know what? I got some non-binary folks in the chat, so we gotta be a little more proactive with that. Cheers! I'll be home shortly to join in the fun. Hell yeah, Libby! Hell yeah! One of my favorite things that's happened on the stream so far is when two people on the same stream were just like, "By the way, I am listening to you in the dispo line." I'm so honored. And then somebody fired up in chat just, me too. I'm like, oh, no way. This is amazing. So yes, this was fun. But yeah, I do want to talk about Hegseth, even though, wow. Okay, apparently a few people don't want to talk about Hegseth. Non-binary is analog. I think I might be. I mean, I am one of the easiest YouTubers, I think, as far as not getting hit on this, is because I call everybody dude and man. So this was one of the benefits of just playing into my whole thing, I guess. I've been accused of being a little stereotypical here and there, but you know what? Fuck it. I at one point was like, I'm gonna just own it. Like, enough people called me a hippie. I'm like, well, that's just more reason not to cut my hair and just continue to smoke copious amounts of stuff. Deep Stars, I'm vaping some lemon cherry gelato. It is good tobacco. Yes, it is good tobacco. You get it, Shiver Pickles. Oh yeah, we established a same age group. I'm a dude, he's a dude, she's a dude, cause we're all dudes. Hey, I love that freaking show, by the way. I got it. Also, if you guys haven't actually seen Good Burger 2, Good Burger 2, it's actually a good movie. Surprisingly, they pulled it off. Ruben's Train, I like the citrusy flow. Yeah. I mean, I like, actually, I accidentally have a, in my horticulture, I popped it open today. I was like, oh, it's got like a fruity aroma to it. I was like, oh, look at that. It's very, very nice. But all right, so we're gonna do this real quick because I can see that people are popping in and out, and they're doing the thing where they're just like, oh, he's not talking about the thing that I'm here to hear him talk about. So I want to hear him talk about Kyle Kulinski, which somebody legit was just like, are you talking about Kyle yet? Yesterday, and then I was like, oh, buddy, you missed it. So, you know what? We'll do the ground news segment later, because I do, as I said, kind of want to go through this Hexa thing, even though it is just whatever. But there is some funny news that came out of that, so. Alright, we're going to go to this, and then... Alright. For Gondor. So, Hasan had a little situation where Kyle Kulinski stood up for him when in his CNN appearance, where I guess CNN had a bunch of pundits on that started going after Hasan, like right after they aired it, and this is the part that I was not able to see, so I wanted to take a look at that with you guys, because we all know that we like to start the stream with at least one Hasan segment, and this one's a little bit shorter. So, yeah, yesterday's I was trying to keep to a little bit under, the hour that it was, but he honestly, he had some really good takes throughout all that. Kyle suffering from TDS bad lately. I mean, again, if you see TDS as a thing, I mean, the whole Trump derangement syndrome, you could say the same thing right back to Trumpers, where it's like, then you guys got liberal derangement syndrome, because it's like socialist derangement syndrome, because it's everything is, they're all bad guys to you. Like everybody's, a PDF file or like whatever the hell. And it's never just, oh, you know what? They're boring and they have different policies than me. And also, like, yeah, I've gotten accused of the TDS thing where I'm like, really? If this is me, like, if I have TDS, then apparently anybody that, remotely criticizes Trump has TDS, which, how's that boot polish taste there? Because, yeah, I mean, at this point, it's Cheeto dust, but...
What do you think of all that? What Hasan Piker was telling Donnie?
I wish he was paying attention. I mean, it's patently absurd to say that he wishes that Kamala Harris would adopt some populist economic policies.
You guys have heard my commentary on this, obviously. It's so funny to be like, that's called populism. You don't understand. You don't know what populism is. Thanks, man. This streamer is coming to my university tomorrow. Could you give me a quote to read back to him?
No, he hasn't. Wait, hold on.
So believe it or not,
Kyle, he's in. Dan says he's inconsistent, nitpicking the right and ignoring how terrible Kamala and Biden are. No, he's not. Absolutely not. He's gone after Biden countless times, but he's also done the other thing that a lot of leftist streamers don't do, and that's actually credit Biden with some of his more base policies and like the ones that benefit unions and workers. But he also was very critical, like, about Kamala and Biden, and I don't know where you're coming at with that one. Distracting, I thought, a blue raspberry Sour Patch flavored energy drink. Oh, you bought, sorry. Oh, that sounds good. Shimmer Pickles, there's nothing to nitpick on the right. It's glaringly awful. Yeah. I mean, at this point, like, yeah, she's got a great point there. Like, what exactly are we nitpicking? Especially even Kyle, where it's just like, no, he's at this point kind of just being like, here's the news. This is what's happening. I think that, like, if this is TDS, then what do you have where you can just blatantly ignore every bad thing that Trump does and just automatically go to, oh, they're just after him. He's the victim. He's always the victim. What's with that victim complex too? I mean, that's something that is not very becoming of somebody that's, so strong and powerful. Sherman Pickles, I say that as someone who voted for Romney. Hey, at least you can admit your mistakes.
CNN's Donnie O'Sullivan, he interviewed Hasan Piker in the wake of...
My goat. The fact that streamers are now beefing with CNN gives me hope. My goat Kyle, even with that hair, did a video defending my ass. And I love that.
Of Kamala's loss. There was an actual Hasan Piker segment on CNN.
Real quick, do you guys know why he has that haircut? It's because
why did you lose?
Him and Crystal, they were going to a Halloween party last year, and he was the blonde guy from Saved by the Bell. and he just decided, hey, I like this look, which that was Crystal just being like, hey, I like that look, you're keeping it. He's like, okay, yeah, all right, bro, all right.
They're now acknowledging
nothing more bro-y in mid-2000s than frosted hair tips.
And podcasters who get decent numbers because, of course, the right sort of dominates the podcast space more generally.
Jim Skinner, that hair is custom.
A whole bunch of podcasts that are either overtly right-wing or like non-political but lean right socially and culturally. We went on Andrew Schultz's podcast and Theo Vaughn and Joe Rogan, and you even had J.D. Vance went on Tim Dillon's show. And
really?
So this space, which is
nominally
non-political, but certainly leans right. It led to the impression, man, this podcast base is just flat out right wing. Democrats don't have the infrastructure.
Real quick, Duke, can you actually just confirm, is my volume okay? And are you guys getting any feedback from the mic? Because I'm trying something new. I kind of got a headache from my headphones yesterday, so just give me a little feedback here.
Sure, to compete with it. And look, that's...
Damn, when did Kyle move to Flavortown? Long time ago.
Kind of bullshit, right? Because you're never going to get a left-wing space online that truly rivals the behemoth that...
Okay, guys, that was low-key one of the funniest comments. Damn, when did Kyle go to Flavortown?
That is the right online, because there's so much big money backing the right online. And to be fair, when I say that, I'm thinking more of like, the Daily Wires of the world. That's a massive operation that has massive funding from billionaires. And you have this like marriage of like the right-wing think tanks and this right-wing online media infrastructure. And then, of course, you have Rogan is an absolute behemoth.
Cool.
He didn't come up overtly political, but he's become more political over time. Of course, he has a massive multi-$100 million deal with Spotify, or at least he did. And whereas, look, on the Democratic side, the left, it's hard for the left to build out infrastructure like that because nobody would fund the left because the left.
Why does Hasan look like he's literally just going to step out of like a discotheque and be like, yeah, you want to come into discotheque with me? Let's go.
Left says we want to tax the corporations, right? We want billionaires and wealthy people to have less money, and we want to redistribute the wealth to the working class. And so you're not going to find an investor.
Well, homeless if he's like, in Eastern, Eastern Europe, sure. He literally looks like he has a track jacket on the side of his bed there.
Keen on that idea. But having said that, given all of like the institutional biases,
yeah, it'd be the dumbest investment of all time. Hey, I'm gonna go invest money into
literally says protect your neck.
Get a mouthpiece.
That's a Wu-Tang.
Primary purpose is to make me not exist. Okay, my level of wealth inequality must not exist. And as a very wealthy guy, I'm just gonna dump a shitload of money into people that proudly and loudly say that over and over again.
Against the left, there are, of course, outlets
when he's talking about wealth and he's literally got a room service dish right next to him
on the left, or there are individual podcasters or streamers who are on the left. Some of them a little more Democratic Party adjacent, like your Brian Tyler Cohens, for example. Some of them a little bit more outsiders, like your Hasan, for example. But it's interesting that now this is probably the first time that I've seen a genuine acknowledgement of, yeah, there actually is some Democratic media, some liberal media, and some left-wing media. So CNN went and spoke to Hasan Piker. And
Hasan looks like the son of every strip mall landlord in Racine. He told this is my son, Hasan. Say hello, Hasan.
Here we have not only what Hasan said, but
he has the nair for you.
The reaction from Bakari Sellers, which is,
oh my God, he totally does.
Interesting to say the least. So let's watch, and then I'll break it down for you.
Hasan Piker is a social media superstar, really, with almost 3 million followers on the video streaming platform Twitch. Yeah. He's a progressive fan of Bernie Sanders. So popular, Democratic Party invited him to the DNC in August, and he sat down with CNN's Doniel Sullivan.
By the way, didn't he get kicked out? I think he got kicked out towards the end. Correct me if I'm wrong. Put it below.
Here's a little bit.
There's a general sense that when it comes to the world of podcasts,
we let bygones be bygones.
We
let bygones be bygones.
All that Trump did a much better job at that than Democrats and Harris.
Absolutely. I think that's true.
Harris did consider going on Joe Rogan.
Yeah.
But she didn't. What is it that the Democratic Party has to do differently?
Well, I think that they need to change their policies.
There it is.
It's policy.
There it
Yeah.
is. I was waiting for it. I was waiting for either Fire Fist or somebody in chat to hit this. It's Frank Pecker, y'all.
It's 100% a policy thing.
Because
Which
I'll
is the
say,
boring, which is the boring answer.
Frank
Although
Pecker,
it would
hey,
be very
Pecker,
self-serving for me to say,
ruined the
I'm the
joke.
left Joe Rogan, the Democratic Party should give me millions of dollars. That's not going to solve this problem. What will solve this problem is if the Democratic Party actually adopts real left-wing economic populist messaging instead of purposefully avoiding that stuff because they're terrified of upsetting their corporate donors. I think Trump speaks to mail insecurities better, and I think Trump speaks to the anger that people have, whereas the other side of the political spectrum does not speak to that anger at all.
Joining us right now, CNN senior political commentator Bakari Sellers and Lance Trover, the former
we go.
spokesperson for Doug Burgum when he was running in the Republican presidential primary. It's good to see you guys. Thank you. Bakari, what do you think of all that? What Hasan Piker was telling Donnie?
I wish he was paying attention. I mean, it's patently absurd to say that he wishes that Kamala Harris would adopt some populist economic policies. Was he talking about the fact that she wanted to build 3 million new homes with housing tax credits, or was he talking about the child tax credit or the earned income tax credit?
You guys have heard my commentary on this, obviously. It's so funny to be like, that's called populism. You don't understand. You don't know what populism is. Thanks, man. This streamer is coming to my university tomorrow. Could you give me a quote to read back to him? Is his name, what level of anti-Semitism are we working with? Is he like, does he believe the Nakba happened? Because that's like really anti, right? Or is he just like, is he a Nakba believer and also simultaneously a person who says that Israel's currently committing a genocide? Because that's like, you know, paired up together, that's like the maximum. Folded immediately, I think they're just memeing and they're just excited to see me at the meet and greet tomorrow. Nothing is as saying Sabra Hummus sucks, though. Bill Maher threatens to quit HBO's real time due to Trump fatigue. Oh my God, I'll nut. HBO, give me the show. Give me Bill Maher's show.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of wild. Hasan does a bid and doesn't want to have a conversation. I don't know. People want clicks, I guess. At least invite me to the dialogue in your head. Bakari, you Apex shill. Hasan just read this tweet live and said he's down to have you on, and he's never had an issue with that. God damn. My fans are ripping into him. By the way, I didn't know that Bakari Sellers wanted to come on the broadcast. Like, I'm down to have him on when I come back from London. I don't know why he thinks like I am terrified of him. Lol, I'm right here. I don't understand. Does he want to have a conversation on Twitter? Because I don't think that's going to work in his favor.
Oh, that's why he's so tired.
I cooked his ass once already, and I could cook him again. You know what I mean? Damn, this one banged. That's it. I don't think Americans could pull some shit off like this, not going to lie. 92,000 likes. Holy fuck. He don't watch the stream. I know. This is the first thing I tweeted about offline TV, and someone got mad at me. Someone got mad at me and was like, why are you joking about this? The situation is I was like, bro, I'm American. Like, I know the situation is calm down. You'll be watching when it's happening to us in a couple months.
Firefist, that's what I've been saying. The DNC just needs to find another Bernie or at least copy his campaign. Yeah, no, I've been saying that for a few weeks now, where specifically my wording was he needs at this point to kind of mentor somebody, you know, not like a VP situation, but legit, like just get behind somebody and just be like, this is it. This is who we're getting behind. I just read a story recently. They were talking specifically about AOC possibly being it. So we'll see. Ew. He picked his nose and then rubbed his eye. Wait a minute. Ew.
Yeah, I said, don't worry. He said, Hasan,
BRB work time. All right, distracting. Cool.
The most appropriate
keep me
response?
updated.
I said, I'm in the U.S. Don't worry. I'm going to be eating that same shit soon. This is serious, not something to joke about. Dude, if we can't have a little bit of gallows humor, I don't know what to tell you, okay? We're all f***ing cooked. We're all in it together. Admit it,
That's
you're not
true.
just visiting the UK, you're immigrating to Keir Stalin's Britain. Yes. I know Keir Stalin is going to bring back workers' councils, and I want to be there for that, okay? Mick Lynch has actually tapped me as...
Anna, I made the mistake. You can make fun of me now. I did the top chat mistake.
One of his enforcers, and that's why I'm here. Chad, I have an announcement. I am immigrating. I'm going to be an expat. to the fucking UK. Sorry, bro. The glaze is too far. Oh no, you put, bro. I got 3 holes for a reason. Which LeBron you taking? Ending my day with a king inside me. I hope you finally feel some fucking shame. No, I reposted one of my LeBron glazed TikToks that made it to the TikTok timeline. I saw it when I was in the bathroom. When I was in the bathroom of the airport. Hold on. Let me see if I can find it real quick. Where is it? Wait, did he get? Oh, here. If LeBron played basketball with me one time and maybe help me fix my shot mechanics or something, maybe show me like a post move, I would probably die after that moment. I could die happy. Actually, I wouldn't want to die because he would be taken aback by my good ass vibes and also the potential that I have, and then on accident, and then I'd be like, "Don't worry, Dad, it's all good." And then we'd basically play basketball all the time. He'd hit me up and be like, "Yo, honestly, it's cool. Like, we should just ball up."
Man,
more.
this is how I used to think
Guys,
about
don't
Michael
talk about
Jordan
LeBron
when I was a
James' performance
kid.
last night, okay? Do not. It was he still got 10. Number 1, he still got 10, so the streak is alive. Number 2, okay, those weren't actually air balls. I actually investigated it. It actually was a super secret wind weapon. That's right. A super secret.
What's up, Lex Thompson? Welcome to the stream. We are, if you read the title of the stream, getting high on politics. Also, we
wind
literally
weapon that they unleashed. They have wind wizards.
Welcome. Leave a like
Okay.
and
the dark arts. And you know how LeBron does that like satanic ritual before the game every time? He like throws up like the fucking Baphomet hand signals and whatever. Like, he forgot to do it that night. And turns out he was always doing that because he was trying to fight the necromancers. Okay? And unfortunately, he didn't do it that night. And the weather machine and the airbenders and like the wizards that have control over the wind, they were able to finally get together and make it seem as though he's washed and an old man. And I think that's ageist. I think that's racist. And I think you guys don't understand.
where's the Kyle Kulinski thing?
What happened, what took place. I know.
Oh, okay, we're gonna do it.
I
It's
saw
almost
the stat
here.
lines. Okay. A lot of attempts, a lot of misses.
Yeah.
It's not his fault.
This one actually
And then
needs
we
it.
become besties. And then we'd go get tacos on Taco Tuesday. And, we'd eat tacos together. It would be sick. If LeBron played basketball with me, LeBron should not be the one fixing a shot after missing 33 straight. See, this is the slander. This is the type of slander. Y'all the same age, though. This ain't even Glaze for real. This is what I'm talking about. It's not Glaze if he deserves it. Not even Glaze for real. See, that's the thing. Like, you're not actually glazing LeBron. You're just giving him the appropriate amount of praise he deserves. It's not Glaze's praise. Now, this is not a real tweet. I didn't say that. At least I didn't say it out loud, right? I didn't say it publicly. I didn't say it out loud. This is obviously Photoshop. Just because it's in line with things that I have said in the past, like, I'm not going to condemn this. I will condemn the fact that it's not a real tweet, okay? But like, on principle, I'm not going to like, all right, let's just move on, actually. Let's get back to Kyle.
I mean, the economic policies that you laid out were numerous, and she was the one who actually put forth policy plans. You put forth policy plans.
Oh my God,
for
I just
African
figured out
American
who
women, put forth
Hasan
policy
reminds
plans for
me of
Hispanic
right now.
So, I mean, I find it really troubling when people want to have a policy discussion. The fact is, more people know what was in Drake's lawsuit against UMG, and they've actually studied that more than they studied Kamala Harris'
Firefisty reminds me of,
social media.
that's
So
my
I don't really wanna hear a
tra-la-la.
conversation about she should have put forth more economic policy proposals when that was not the issue in this race at all.
Okay. Let me react to this. So, on the overarching point, on the macro point, Hasan is completely correct, and I'll break that down in a second. There is a micro point here, though, where Bakari's not wrong. So, Bakari's not wrong because there was a blind study that was done, and in that blind study, 80% of the voters preferred Kamala Harris's policies to Trump's policies. Right? So, this is not just about policy. It's not.
Yeah, I recognize that as well. I also see that as a failure of the campaign,
Ding, ding, dong.
for the record. I see that as a failure of the campaign. It's a communications failure. It's a failure of the administration, and it's a failure of the campaign. That's it. It always is
I
the
can't
problem
unsee it.
of the campaign. It is never the fault of the voters. Oh, man, they didn't pay attention. Oh, man, they didn't understand all the good things. They didn't understand all the good things that we were
Come on,
offering.
I
It's
know
like,
you
no,
see it
dude,
too.
You didn't communicate it. That's it.
It's not just about policy. Now, having said that, Hasan is right on the macro point for this reason. Because what Hasan is saying is, look, you have to be in favor of the big, bold, populist policies, but you have to tie that together with a grand narrative of here are the villains and here are the good guys. And we're on the side of the good guys and we're going to fight these villains to improve your life. And that's where the Democrats go wrong, is they are technocratic status quo managers. They're eggheads. They say, here's my list of policies. Take a look and tell me if you like it. And it's very like, it's like box checking type attitude, right? And that's not going to work, especially because voters just didn't believe Kamala, right? They didn't believe it. If you ask people, hey, what's Trump about? Trump, they say, oh, he's in favor of cracking down on immigration, right? Like there's an answer there. In Trump's conception of the world, you need to, for all of your problems, you need to blame immigrants, you need to blame trans people, you need to blame Hollywood and cultural elites and democratic elites. They are the cause of all of your problems, and I am going to fight for you.
And he also did a good job of being like, you feel the pressure of the economy, and you know who's at fault? Immigrants. I'm going to save you from that. He would recognize the anger and frustration that people felt, and then he would redirect that specifically towards an area that he's comfortable fighting in. And then Democrats were like, okay, we'll swim in these treacherous waters with you. It's like, no.
You can tell he's on a home network. That's for sure.
Okay, this is why I always say, I don't go to the neighborhood where sharks are. I don't swim in their water, and they respect me for it. But if I catch a shark walking down the street, I'll beat his ass. Okay? If I see a shark out of the water, I'm kicking him in the fucking face because he's dying anyway. He can't breathe. Same goes for me in his space. I'm not going to his backyard. I'm not going to his neighborhood swimming around. All right? Wait, you always say that? I have said this before. What do you mean you always say that? You've heard me say this before. I've talked about why I'm afraid of going in the ocean. I have respect for the sharks. I don't go into their neighborhood because of my respect for the sharks.
Really?
Okay? But if they came into my neighborhood, I beat their ass.
Against them. So there's an answer. There's a story. There's a narrative. On the Democratic side, even though Kamala's policies were a trillion times better, there is no story. There is no narrative. Right? So, in other words, what Hasan's point is, and those are good policies Bakari laid out, but let's keep it real. A tax credit is not going to hit as hard as universal health care. Everybody gets health care. It's not going to hit as hard as we're going to raise minimum wage. Everybody's getting a wage increase. It's not going to hit as hard as you are screwed right now because of billionaires and multinational corporations and the big money donors who have rigged the government in their favor and against you. I'm going to stand up and fight the billionaires and the donor class.
No, you don't understand. Kamala Harris fought the transnational gangs.
And I'm going to return the power to the people and deliver you guys the things that you say you want. So, as I pointed out in the previous segment, there's actually data to back up Hasan's point here, right? This is the data. So, early on in the process, Kamala was leaning heavy into progressive economic issues. Capital gains tax, billionaire tax, corporate accountability, tax the rich, stuff like that, right? And then as time went on, the progressive economic issues fell off, and she started talking.
I wonder why. Why? Oh, I wonder if it was like right around the same time as Tony West was like, yo, Kamala, my sister-in-law, maybe you need to cut it out with this anti-billionaire, anti-corporate messaging.
Talking more broadly about the economy, right? Think wages, jobs, workers, unemployment, whatever, stock market type shit, more general stuff, small business related stuff. So it started out more populist, more progressive, then became less so as time went on and became more general, almost sounding like a moderate Republican more as time went on. And to me, this is the biggest chart to show here. This is some data from Jacobin. They did an analysis of Kamala's rhetoric throughout the campaign. This is the big one right here. So at the very beginning, Kamala was really leaning into anti-elite rhetoric. In other words, she was doing much more of what Hasan wanted her to do, right? It was more bold policy stuff. The policy stuff was front and center, and there was more of an anti-elite narrative around it. Think of
right at the beginning
ban on price gouging for groceries.
Yeah.
So
I mean, she literally said healthcare for all.
Started out with way more anti-elite rhetoric than pro-democracy rhetoric, and then as time went on, the anti-elite rhetoric fell off a cliff. And at the end, she was just doing democracy stuff. So in other words, copying the Biden 2020 playbook of rule of law and the Constitution and democracy. Now,
to be fair, Biden was more anti-corporate populist than Kamala was in both 2020 and in his administration as well. Biden fucking kept saying, it's not Wall Street. Wall Street didn't build this country. The middle class did. Even then, he should have said workers, and the laborers built the middle class. He would say that. I remember.
And that's not to say that stuff isn't important. It is important, and Trump is a threat to those
They're beating
things.
your ass on Twitter right now.
But from an electoral perspective, the arguments that land better with voters, it's...
Okay, everyone needs to fucking calm down, dude. Oh my God. It's got 4,000 likes already. That's messed up. It's
the anti-elite stuff. It's the anti-establishment stuff. And at the beginning, she was doing that, and she picked Tim Walz, who's very anti-establishment, very populist, progressive. And there was a brief moment there early on where she was up 7 points in a poll on Trump. 7 points. She ended up losing by 1.5 points. And as time went by, It was less of the progressive populist stuff, less of the anti-elite stuff, and it became more democracy, copying the 2020 Joe Biden.
Run and get my tea.
And so the result was she ended up losing.
Jinkies.
So what Bakari is missing, the implication of what Bakari is saying here is like, kind of like she did everything she could and it didn't work. That's kind of what his point is.
Stop.
Right? Or there are other factors that Hasan's not taking into consideration, like race and gender, which effectively hurt her because people wouldn't vote for a black woman. These are like the implications of what Bakari's saying. And to be fair, I don't think Hasan would say that was a non-factor. I don't think Hasan would say race and gender played no role whatsoever, right? But Bakari's just kind of wrong that there's nothing she could have done different to win. I just think that's incorrect. And I think we need to learn the lessons for the future. And the reality is, look, Trump might be so horrible for so long that any Democrat with a fucking pulse wins. That's absolutely true. But then if you don't want the same old in terms of policies, and you really want to fix this country, you better hope that it's somebody who's actually anti-elite, actually anti-establishment, who's actually going to deliver on progressive populist policies, right? And so, again, Hasan's right on the macro point. Bakari's not wrong. It's not like it's just policy. The reality is it's policy plus populist messaging and having a narrative and a story.
No, it's also being able to earnestly communicate that. You need to be authentic. You need to be authentic. You need to be able to show Americans that you do genuinely care about this shit. And that's a really hard thing to do to begin with. It's not just about having a good product. You need to be able to sell it too. And the issue is Democrats don't have a good product and they have no good salespersons. They are absolute doo-doo on communicating earnesty. And they don't even give a shit about the good policies either. So it's always like they're always slated for defeat.
And as time went on, she had no narrative, she had no story, and she pretty much dropped the anti-elite rhetoric. And that kind of doomed her, right? So that's the takeaway. God, it's a real shame, right? Because, I don't know, a guy like Bakari Sellers, I don't know if he would ever admit what I'm saying. It's easy to just take that clip of Hasan and react to it and say it's not just about policies. I agree, it's not just about policies. But it's like policies plus the populist progressive narrativizing. That's the big part, man, because we are a lot vibes-based. We are. And to just go down your checklist is one thing, even if the things are good and sound good. It's more fits in with human nature to have this grand narrative where you're at the center of it and you're representing the people, the forces of good against the forces of evil. But if you have no forces of evil and you don't represent that which is good and your voters don't represent that which is good, it's harder for people to get excited about that, right? And look, it's possible at the end of the day, Kamala is just not the one to deliver that message. But then that is her problem. And that's why I keep saying Jon Stewart 2028, because Jon Stewart hits everything, right? He knows the narrative. He knows the story.
Oh my God. We're so cooked, bro.
He knows who the villains are. And you have to represent those popular policies.
I know that he's not a big fan of the
right?
idea
and again,
for Jon Stewart.
Kamala did have some good policies, but it wasn't tied with a narrative, and she didn't continue with the early on strategy, which was working well.
I guess Jon Stewart would be better than like most of the Democrats.
Thank you.
The Biden team came in there and really
I agree with that.
Screwed the pooch 1,000 times over. A lot of the Biden people came in there. They said, drop the weird stuff, drop the we're not going back stuff, stop leaning into the ban on price gouging stuff, talk more about democracy. Here, do 17 events with Liz Cheney. And that's the other thing. I don't know if Bakari is willing to reckon with the fact that that stuff certainly did not help and almost definitely hurt. Running around with Liz Cheney everywhere was a horrible idea. It's a horrible idea. It really undercuts your message if you're trying to say, Trump and the Republicans are a threat to democracy, and here I am campaigning with a Republican. It really does kind of undercut your message. And so, I think it was a much bigger problem. I'm going to go right wing on the border. I'm going to talk about owning a Glock. I'm going to run around with Liz Cheney. I think that stuff hurt way more than it helped. And the evidence of that is, again, Trump got 94% of the Republican vote in 2020, and he got 94% of the Republican vote in 2024. And so that strategy just objectively didn't get them across the finish line. And what I want to prevent is Democrats from going, no, we need to go further in that direction in order to win. We need to be more pro-Republican. We need to be more neoliberal. We need to be less woke, right? I'm afraid of that.
And the DNC seems to be taking that lesson.
Want to take us in, and it's important that we stand up against that. Hey, y'all, do me a favor and...
All right. On that note, a short ass 4 hour and 30-minute goon session. I am very tired.
Oh, nice. Nice. I'm glad to see that he actually takes some breaks too, where it's just like, okay, occasionally you do need to just be like, all right, I need to chill. I feel like burning that candle at both ends. Is that you saying? Yep. There we go. Oh yeah. I think that Bakari was his name, Bakari Williams. Like that guy, dude, he was so far off base. Also, it's so weird that these corporate guys are trying to spin the narrative where guys like Hasan are the problem. Like, I'm not sure if you guys are catching that, where they're trying to just be like, well, maybe it's these far left policies, blah blah. Like, I've been seeing that more and more, especially like in the like pro Kamala Harris groups. I follow one that it was like Kamala 2024, and then they shifted after she lost, and it was just like, we stand for freedom. But they are damn near blue MAGA. Like, I swear to God, these are the same idiots I saw that had like the F Trump flags. You know, they were doing the reverse thing with the trucks and you know, oh, we got to put the flags on the back of the truck. They were the ones that were leading the charge. Well, we're taking back our American flag, which I was actually a little happy about that one, where I'm like, yeah, the fact that we've allowed the right wing to appropriate the flag specifically because they were just like, we're only proud of the country when we're in charge of it. And then I caught myself doing the same thing where I was just like, oh, you know what? I should probably be consistent in my stances and at least be like, all right, well, I'll back off that one. That one's, it's like, okay, I kind of understand. But realistically, I think that these breakdowns of, you know, who lost the election, and the farther away we get from blaming, you know, the actual people at fault, and that was Kamala Harris's campaign. You know, I hate to say it, man. They really they bet way too much on the whole Liz Cheney and playing to the right. You know, Joe Walsh and those guys, they loved that shit, and the people at the Lincoln Project, I mean, oh god, they were frothing at the mouth over it. They're like, look, we're shit. And the thing is, they recognized what they were getting out of it. They're like, we're shifting the Democratic Party right. And when I saw somebody just openly say it, I was like, ooh, Jim and Skidum, it's happy hour here. Rum drinks are 25 cents? What? Yeah, I guess who would be a little tipsy if I was partying with you right now? Because 20 what? Yeah, ooh, $1. It's all it would take for me. It depends on how big they are. Like, if they're about the size of this, oh boy. Shimmer Pickles. Voting for a woman is a hard sell because research shows the biggest detriment of seeing someone as a leader is gender. I don't believe that, because we're the last nation to really embrace a female leader. Like, we don't. How do we know? Like, the thing is, we don't know. You could also kind of apply that logic to like when they used to say, black president. Like, dude, they actually made a movie with Chris Rock just a short few years. Actually, here, let's see. When did The Head of State come out? Because Chris Rock made this movie called Head of State. And it was literally, the premise was the ridiculous notion that a black man could become the president. Yeah, here. 2003. A short 5 years later, we turned around and elected a black president. Okay? Detriment, not determinant. Okay. Oh, my bad. Oh, determinant. You know what? Let's just say that Duke, he called me out on it yesterday. He was just like, this is the part where we watch Pep get high and misread things. Like, yeah, you know what? Fine, put that one on the list, guys. If you need to make more lore for this program, then you can make your own little lists of mispronounced words. You guys will have a dictionary of it. Jim and Skinner Media doesn't seem to mention Mexico's new progressive government. No, at all. And the only way that they do is they're like, look at this woman president challenging Trump. And then they also do this weird tongue-in-cheek like coverage where they're just like, will she make it? It is a dangerous place. Like, they literally have been saying that stuff, and that's scary, you know? All right, give me 1 second. Got something here. All right. You know what? Hold on. I can actually ask you guys. I have enough people in here. Shout out what sounds good for dinner. Because honestly, I can't think of anything. Oh, by the way, I got my hot dog. I went and got a hot dog. I got it today instead of last night, but I ended up getting a hot dog. Oh, right. Twice hot dogs, twice baked potatoes. Ooh, okay. Ooh, twice baked potatoes. Tacos. I actually just asked. Nah, we're no go for tacos tonight. No Taco Wednesday for poor Pep over here. I did actually. I was kind of hoping she'd say yes because I was like, tacos. And then there is this place by us, Chimichanga. Yeah, I love me a good chimichanga. Yeah, they got this shredded it's the shredded chicken chimi. Oh, it's good. It's good stuff. It's so good. Because you said tacos, twice baked potatoes. What's good with twice baked potatoes? Twice baked potatoes, because that sounds pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. I could actually go for like just a high protein meal tonight too. That's kind of the thing. Yeah, I'm sorry. Okay. Calzones. Ooh, I haven't had a calzone in a long ass time, man. Damn. You know what? I actually hate to say this, but Pizza Hut used to have some pretty decent calzones. Occasionally, even when I worked for like a higher end pizza place that did, deep dish. I could just say it. I used to work for Giordano's Pizza. And yeah, I could, Sorry, I know this is riveting. Okay, I'm sorry, I'm done. All right. We're done with the finding out what Pepper's gonna eat segment. Even though, again, riveting content. Jim and Skidum, I tried to cook my pizza on the bottom of a cast iron pan. It was too big and made a pizza dome. Yeah. I actually do know how to make a deep dish pizza pretty well too. It's all about butter crust. Butter crust is the secret. All right, this is Lex Thompson. Oof. Yeah. All right, so I was in the middle of literally talking about how we just elected a black president, and yeah. All right. That was a stun lock. It was one of those things where I literally got a text message where they're just like, hey, we need to figure out food for tonight. And yeah, last night was not okay as far as there was no food post stream until, way too late. So it was one of those things. Oh my lord. Okay. All right, so we're gonna go into a fun segment here. One sec. I just realized I still recorded the last segment. What did I decide? It actually looks like we're gonna go with shepherd's pies from this local market if they have them, because unfortunately they're pretty popular. So if you don't get them by like a certain time, there's a good chance that they're just out and they only make a certain amount for the day. So yeah, I'm hoping that it's gonna be shepherd's pie. I do love me just a good shepherd's pie, but if it's not, wait, they make tomato sauce pie and shy and call it pizza. Listen, at least have the decency to call it a frickin' pizza casserole like most people, all right? I get it. Yes, I do. Trust me, we have... Because another thing that is undersold about Chicago is the fact that we have the best tavern pizza anywhere. Like, dude, our thin crust is legit. And for some reason, everybody always focuses on our deep dish, and I'm always like, guys, you know... I'm sorry, man. Like, Lex Thompson, shepherd's pie is gas. Like, gas? Or like, is that good? I don't know. Oh no, guys, I'm officially that old where I can't recognize vernaculars, and it's just like, I don't know. Okay, cool. I have a feeling that... Yeah, shepherd's pie. I'm hoping that they have it, though. Jim and Skinner Magoos are giddy about Elon buying the election after casting Soros as the devil. Any comment? Yeah. Honestly, there's never any consistency, and like it's really hard to have I hate this term because it is thrown around online way too much, but a good faith discussion with somebody that automatically is just like, they don't see the hypocrisy of being like, oh, this George Soros is a guy who's been buying Democrats, blah, 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 blah. But then you literally have Elon just bragging about this stuff, and he's just yeah, very articulate, I know. Fire Fist Ace, the real Chicago style pizza is a crispy thin crust cut into squares. Thank you. It's technically called tavern style, I guess. So, but yeah, tavern style pizza. Thank you, Fire Fist. You get it. You get it. Shimmer Pickles, true. But that, again, it's also really hard to have these discussions with anybody that has so much blatant hypocrisy, like, just loaded in them. I hate to always bring it back to like Christians, but Christian conservatism is kind of tied together. So it's, you know, these are the same people that I unironically think like, oh, Jesus would totally be a gun owner. He'd be a white Southerner. It's just like, what? Because again, the hypocrisy, the blatant hypocrisy of even calling themselves a Christian and then just being like, well, I don't want to pay my taxes, even though that's literally something that the big J man himself was just like, yeah, pay your taxes. He said it in this very famous speech called the Sermon on the, what is it called? The Mount? Something like that. It's just so weird. And then they can blatantly just be like, oh, you're just a leftist, you know, because like, again, I may have fucked up a few times where maybe I said it too many times where it's like, oh, Jesus would have been a communist, or Jesus would have been, you know, left leaning, because he totally, I mean, if we're going to go political base, yeah, you know, the guy that literally almost invented the idea of, you know, do unto others type of thing. And, you know, he went and hung out with the prostitutes. He hung out with the people that he called sinners. You know, he wasn't kicking it with the rich that were also first. They also do this weird conflation where they're just like the Christians of his day. I'm like, well, technically there was a very small amount of them. Loophole Donnie will find a way to cheat the libs. Yay. Yeah. Unfortunately, it's kind of the bad part about it is we're gonna it's already happening. They're already priming to do this, where they're just gonna blame everything on the left anyway. they're gonna blame, everything on. Okay, hold on, give me 1 second. All right, cool. Alrighty. Well, here we go. We're going to go into this fun little bit here about the Majority Report and Tim Pool, because there's a little bit more there. Did you know? Did you learn this from Hasan? I'm sorry, man. No, unfortunately, I kind of have like a rule where I won't engage with people on my phone too much during my stream, but today has been one of those days where everything that I was supposed to take care of pre-stream, nobody was available to take care of this. So I was like, okay. Also, I don't want to bury the lead too much, but I had something really funny happen today that I do want to talk about near the end here. But we're going to go into the Sam and Emma making fun of Tim Pool. Because that's what they're the best at. So let's take a look at that, huh? All right. New segment. Let's go. All right. So Sam and Emma were making fun of Tim Pool because that's just, something that has become commonplace. So I'm not even going to pontificate too much on it. And let's just go for it.
Mephahart can't tune in live today, but I just wanted you to know that you talk an awful lot of shit about comic book movies all being the same for sports fans.
Sports are new every time.
So are comic books. Because technically, if you apply that same logic, then sports, you're following a set pattern of rules that will never actually break the game. Yeah, it's kind of almost what happens in comic books.
Really, the sentence should have been, I just want to let you all know that for sports fans, you talk a lot of shit about comic book movies being all the same.
Sports are new every time, and it's like art, it's a mode of human expression, and you should not besmirch it.
Oh, so maybe you shouldn't besmirch comic book movies so easily then. It's that hypocrisy thing that I was just going on about.
Josh from Minnesota, my deepest condolences about Leo. Thank you. It's unfun. I mean, at least we had more time to say goodbye to Leo than we did to Manny. So, Nate in Cape Cod. Democrats netted 1 seat gain in the House. Trump has no coattails. Swing state. Exactly. Is anyone keeping track of how many billionaires are going to be in Trump's cabinet? I mean, right now it's up there.
I'm trying to create a document on that front, but yes, you have Howard Lutnick for Commerce, Scott Bessent, who I don't know if he's a billionaire, but he's like a longtime Republican donor and has an investment firm. I mean, what's her name? McMahon.
Let's play this clip. I haven't seen this clip. Now, Tim Pool, my understanding is, and to be honest with you, I have not watched Tim Pool in a while, but my understanding is that almost in every interview he has now, he brings up the fact that I got a clip of him saying that that if you are a rape victim, you have a responsibility as a rape victim to report that rape. And if you don't, then you deserve to be pregnant with the rapist's child. And I facetiously called it the Rape Empowerment Act. And I say facetious only because he wasn't proposing it as a bill. He just thought it was a principle. And he got very upset about that because the one thing that Tim doesn't like is to be shown to be a complete fraud, at least, in terms of how much thought he's put into anything. And so it upset him. This clip is not that, though. This clip is him attempting to talk about what's wrong in academia. Now, I don't know how much time Tim has spent in academia.
Not a whole lot, but he did lecture my NYU class once. So.
Oh, there you go. So that is one of the problems with academia.
And if he had spent a little bit more time, he might know, as came up in your interview, to read beyond the first paragraph of an article.
That was one of my favorite things about that, where he admitted that in terms of Social Security, again, almost like a third of the U.S. Function. That in Medicare would constitute at least a third of the U.S., like what the government actually does. He had read an article a couple of paragraphs in, and that was all it was. Oh, and he's been doing this for how many years?
And on the screen was the answer that you gave him to the question that he clearly had not read.
That aside, let's see what Tim is up to now.
Over this past holiday week, a story was taking the internet by storm.
God, I have that
it's a story
shirt.
of a young woman.
I would just say it was taking misogynists on the internet.
I wasn't aware of it, but I wonder, does he get invited to Thanksgiving now with his dad? We haven't heard from his dad in a while, have we?
If he's in the chat, let us know. It was Tim at Thanksgiving.
Who is saying with the smile on her face that she got her PhD. She did it. No corrections. She made it. Now, why would this story go viral? Well, of course, there are many liberals claiming that it's because the internet is full of right-wing misogyny and they just don't like women scientists. The reality is that her thesis was called Olfactory Ethics, the Politics of Smell in Modern and Contemporary Prose. Yes, she literally wrote her thesis about how smells are racist. That's right. That because people smell things in fictional writing... Let me clarify that. Because there are descriptors of how people smell.
Pause it for a second.
Oh my God, he's not kidding.
I have to say, without knowing anything about this thesis, that it's sort of interesting. What it's doing is it's analyzing, as far as I can tell from Tim's, from the title of it, is that it's analyzing the way that smells are portrayed in fiction and assessing if they are portrayed in such a way relative to other people that it otherizes them or it's racist or whatnot. This is an interesting question. I've never thought about that question. It's an interesting question. Tim is incredibly incurious. He has
somebody just said it in chat. Lex Thompson, dude is so stupid. That's just
clearly an issue with women.
Objectively true.
More money than brain cells,
and far more money than brain cells. Yep. And he belies his own point right in that moment. Like the idea that like there's something wrong with that. Like, this is what academia is almost all about. At least in the
Fire Fist Ace, how can anyone take Tim Pool seriously? I don't know. And the fact that like his own, like I have been doing a little bit more of this where I've been reading the comments on certain creators' stuff, and Tim Pool's own audience seems to hate him.
Some like literature, you got your master's in literature, like assessing how language is used.
It's the goatee. If Tim lost the tiny goatee, he'd gain 10 points in IQ.
What dynamics it creates in society through something like fiction or nonfiction or whatever it is a very interesting question and insightful.
And important because we covered this story back in May, but American Airlines is being sued right now after removing a number of black men from one of their flight without any reason except for what they basically said, that their body odor, apparently all of them, and their body odor was causing an issue. That is a racist coded way. Remember, we covered this. I don't know if you remember, but like, that's a racially coded way to say, I don't want these black people on my flight.
In fictional writing, it implies.
And in other news, a bunch of people got stopped on their way to New York Comic-Con.
That people are racist to other people because they smell bad or something like that. Now
I love it. It's like he's doing a deep analysis into how stupid this is or something like that. I don't know. Whatever. Go ahead. Let's just do this and get the clicks.
Of course, liberals defending her, saying it's made for experts to understand. No.
Fire Fist. I don't know if 10 10 IQ is worth losing his jawline to Tim Pool.
This is the death of academia. This is some woman being like, I've got nothing to contribute to anything meaningful in society. So let me just say, smells are racist. And you're racist for smelling people.
She's not said anything about racism. I'll just point out at this point, maybe a little bit of projection or insecurity coming out with Tim there. It's ethics. We'll get into some of the examples in a little bit, but.
Well, I can't help that some people smell, and I smell them and find it unpleasant. There are, and this is a fact, not so much about race, but it's diet. People smell differently based on the foods they eat. Fact. Like if you're on a keto diet, for instance, you may stink. What do they call it? Acid.
So I'm going to skip that because maybe he could benefit from this research because the way he's talking about it is a little bit stupid. But he skips forward a little bit to George Orwell here at 5:45, and Orwell is the example that I remembered of like, oh, I wonder if she discusses this when I first saw that. Here is a little bit more.
Relations and connections can be fostered and tested. Chapter 1 explores how smell can be used to indicate class antipathies, partly as they relate to homelessness. Beginning with George Orwell's seminal nonfiction text, The Road to, Wigan Pier.
It's Wigan Pier.
Before.
Hey, you know what? At least me and Tim Pool have a similar reading comprehension, and I have an excuse. I usually have a little bit of shy in my system.
Considering Lane Sinclair's The Last London and Bong Joon-ho's Parasite. In Chapter 2, I explore the fantastical, idealistic, and utopic thinking that surrounds olfaction.
And so olfaction, he has a tough time because he hates that a woman knows a word that he didn't. But I'll just say this is from Road to Wigan Pier, and it is a really interesting part of Orwell where he says, he talks about growing up sort of upper middle class or upper class and getting an elite education and how people talked about the lower classes. He says the words were bandied about quite freely in my childhood, the words, the lower classes smell. And that was what we were taught, the lower classes smell. And here, obviously, you are an impassable barrier for no feeling of like or dislike is quite so fundamental as physical feeling. Like, this is very interesting. What this 100%. What this woman's research is.
Just won, 5 years ago, the best picture. And it's actually, unlike some of the other, I don't know, The Menu or these other Triangle of Sadness, they're okay class.
Come on, The Menu's a great movie.
Class films, because it's mostly really about like being in a fancy place and getting to live there. The White Lotus I'd include in that. But in terms of movies about class, I don't think Parasite might be one of the best that's come out in years, and that's a fundamental part of the film, which is that the people that are lower class, when they're working for this upper class family, they start sniffing and they don't like the way that this guy, their driver, smells. And that's contemporary. That's from 2019. But you can even go back and like how people from India are written about, even to this day. Yep. There is a lot of academia here to explore.
And this is,
I hate to say it, I've had the other side of that where I have been told that, the white people smell like wet dog.
a threat to Tim Pool.
Yeah.
Because if the humanities were spread and there wasn't a banker in between, say, a working class student and a college education, which you could explore these sorts of ideas, a lot of people would see Tim Pool, but actually college is really expensive. And so a lot of people are left to say free lectures by Tim Pool or Jordan Peterson to fill the vacuum. But like this sort of thing is something everybody should be able to experience after high school. And I mean, the guy who ran the bookmobile, Carl Elliott, a guy from Alabama in the 50s, he ran as a tenant. He was son of tenant farmers. And the whole thing was, I'm a farmer and I want you to be able to read. I don't want just elite people to be the ones sitting behind actually understanding this stuff and having the luxury to inform themselves about the sort of embedded bigotries and sort of things, whether they're class or race, as Tim Pool is clearly worried about. Like, this is something that should be open to everybody and not, there should. And Tim, in this clip, he's like, what, you want some tradesperson to pay for your student loans? No, Tim, I want the bankers to take a haircut because I think that should have been paid for through grants.
Wait a minute. Shimmer Pickles, white people smell like milk because we have more lactobacteria species. Is that true?
And
or is that a joke?
The easy thing for
nuance on this
for
one's
Tim
being
Pool
lost
here is to simply make it about resent. And not even resent. I mean, look.
Man, Jim, you are really doubling down on this one.
The first line. Well, the first line of the second paragraph.
When was Emma at Tim's compound? Is she hiding a baby bump? Yeah, he's been pontificating on if they hooked up. They didn't.
Of this abstract is literally about everything that Tim claims that he's about, right? It's not about race. Explores how smell can be used to indicate class antipathies.
Oh,
partly as they relate to homelessness. In Orwell's text.
That's in chapter 1, and then they go on to explore those other things like misogyny.
But the
and
point
race. Yes.
that the first thing she opens with is, and what Tim is doing is exactly almost the inverse, but the same. He is, instead of like, this isn't a question of, we don't know what the class status of this woman is. But he is, in the same way that smell can be indicative or projected onto people as a way of denoting their class and a surrogate.
Well, they were having sushi with the boys, so maybe she's adverse to sushi, guy.
To otherize people based on their class without necessarily having to indicate that they're doing it based on class. Tim is doing the inverse of that. Oh, here's a pointy head who must be hoity-toity because she's examining these things.
She wants to call you racist for smelling things.
And she's a woman.
He is like, this is his faux populism. This is his pretend. It's all aesthetic for him. And not necessarily because he's crafty about it. It's just because he's an idiot. And he feels like he can use this resent. But let's just hear a little bit more of where he's going with this.
Which presents smell as a fundamentally non-human by addressing J.M. Coetzee's disgrace. Virginia Woolf's flush. Ah, heavens me, I'm not reading the rest of this.
Right, you're not. Of course you're not. You've already read far more than you read into anything else that you opine about. All far more.
You're accidentally doing work alarm went off.
Exactly. Whoa, wait a second. I'm getting into the deep part of the pool. It's almost above 2.5 feet.
She started citing works that she was going to include. I'm already having trouble reading her summary of what she's citing.
Go ahead.
In layman's terms, when people smell bad, it is used as a classist, gendered, sexual, racial, or species-related matter of oppression. Lord,
what?
Help us.
No, that's not what she said. That's not what you just read at all. But
this reaction.
Let me actually now move to someone else's analysis of this, because I got a little lost in having to read the primary. And let's be clear, he wasn't reading even the thesis. He was reading the abstract.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Let me read the abstract of the abstract. Go ahead.
What needs to happen. Now, I will stress the people that are saying nasty things to this woman, like threats and stuff, like, dude, you are making things worse. And you also are an example of.
Let me explain what Tim Pool is doing right here. He is having his cake and eating it too. I'm going to mock this woman, but for those people who are mocking her online, here's her Twitter handle.
By the way, that whole cake phrase, is that like insinuating that you don't want to break the cake because the cake is just so beautiful? So it's kind of like watching a Cake Boss episode. So you're just like, yeah, but then they make you the special cake that is just a piece of that cake, but then you don't break that cake. I've always been confused by this.
Handle. That's wrong. Don't do that.
Define her as everything wrong with academia, but you guys are taking it a little bit too far.
Right. Here's the ammunition you need and the notice as to where the target is. But if you go and start firing at her, look, come on now.
Jim Skidham, did you ever see Tim on a ramp, or does he just do? This pains me to say, but he's actually a really good skater, and yes, he does. He ramps
just by covering it.
I'm above that.
He knows he's directing harassment towards her because he wants his male audience to get very, very angry that a woman may be saying that perhaps we should look into some things in an intersectional manner. And I'm just going to essentially say that she's this cultural elite that you should all direct your anger towards without any evidence to back that up.
It's nothing to do with the title of her thesis. If she was not in the picture holding her thesis up, this would not be a story.
Of course.
Why did he include that photo?
Of course.
But what,
Of course. And it's not even like he's trying to get his audience mad. They are mad, and he's trying to give them an outlet for it. This is the release. He's providing the release here with this.
It's wrong.
They are
You've
a
got
little bit. I just
the
realized
snooty
that.
over the top.
Chipper Pickles, your glasses are twinning to Sam's. They are. I just realized that we're both rocking the clears. Yeah.
Let me explain to you quite briefly.
I never pieced that
smelling
together.
someone can be a tool of oppression. Species
Actually,
related is my
nice to say
favorite.
how I need new
Skunks
glasses.
stink. You stop oppressing the skunk. Stink bugs stink. They're intentionally smelly to make us not want to go near them. But digress. Yeah. It is the snooty elitism where it's like, I'm smarter than you because I found out that smells are displeasant. Sure. But then you've got other people on the other side who are saying really nasty things to this woman, like saying that she should, like lose her life or something. Like, get out of here with all that stuff. What we want is sound, reasonable criticism of the absurdities, such as this. Ma'am, we get it. Nobody needed to write down and add to the academic knowledge base that smells can be pleasurable or displeasurable. We don't need it.
That's not at all what she was talking about. He's completely, he's just like, right now, it feels like he's going
that
like
moment
his
when you
producers
I just had that in real time where I was like, oh my God, he's dumber than I thought he was.
said, hey, there's the claw. You need to have a certain amount of filler here to hit the algorithm.
We need 2 ads in this one, Tim. Hit 15 minutes, please.
Exactly.
Also, species, there's broad academic definitions in which species can be used. It's not just referring to insects.
I mean, we've seen the texts.
Or the animal
I'm
kingdom.
familiar with several of the texts that she cites, particularly Road to Wig and Pier. This is a great, interesting thesis relevant to a lot of things that Tim Pool's audience should be informing themselves out, but rather hear him just guess about what's inside of it.
And the thing that is, it's like he's kind of on his way out. It feels like Tim. I think he's been humiliated many times. And we also know that, he may be held to account for some of the inaccurate things that he said. But this has bred a whole ecosystem on the internet. I mean, Andrew Tate is the crudest example, and he's also in trouble himself. But like those fresh and fit guys, Tim Pool and stuff, and there's a reason that Donald Trump hit up.
The one thing that they all have in common is they're all starting to fall off in popularity in the YouTube algorithm.
Up all of those Manosphere podcasts in the lead up to the election.
Fresh and fit got demonetized, so.
This is
it's broken containment.
Right. We're in a bit of a time where, specifically, I just, maybe I'm noticing it more, but it does feel acute that misogynistic hate on the internet is back. I saw
It's because Twitter was taken over by a misogynist.
I know, but it's more. It's also just
pumping the algorithm.
I think it's Me Too backlash as well.
Definitely.
and that's being monetized. And I think you can view Trump's reelection in that vein. It's not the number one thing is why he got reelected, but it's certainly a part of it. And I think his nomination of all these accused rapists is a big part of that too. And so. It's scary. I saw this graph that showed that Republican support for gay marriage is falling off a cliff.
Oh yeah.
That also coincides with this misogyny and homophobia.
All the trans stuff is also founded in gender.
Dude, they're already talking about no-fault divorce and interracial marriage. This isn't just the hyperbolic, among us of the left just going, guys, they're coming for this next, with absolutely no evidence. No, it's happening.
I mean,
Clarence Thomas, one of the most powerful men in our country, even said this.
It's not in any way, obviously, about protecting women's sports or women in bathroom or whatever it is that they claim it is. It is they do not want to deviate from the gender roles that fundamentalist Christianity or fundamentalist religion broadly, I should say, has imposed
I was about to say most of them have the same roles for
and
women.
as we move further away from that, because women have the economic power increasingly to break away from those specific gender roles, they are threatened because they just happen to be the ones who were sitting higher on the hierarchy. And that doesn't mean that every man is a CEO. It just means that you will have, if not the economic benefit of being a white male, you will have the social benefit of being a white male, unless, of course, these hoity-toity women get PhDs and start reading about and
Exactly.
They start calling me racist for saying some ethnicities' food smells weird.
And that's what it comes back is like, why does he show that her picture, right? We're just returning to this. It's like,
have they ever smelled haggis?
He wants there to be a backlash for she's like an attractive younger woman, right? And like he wants there to be this in reaction from his audience because it feeds his views when you do more hate and things like that. For them to basically be like, she's talking down to me. She's smart. Like the threat of her being academic and looking at something social and cultural issues from an academic perspective. That's such a threat.
Stars, everyone is going to have their genitals inspected before they have to take a shit. Yep. I mean,
and Tim Pool's,
as long as they have a function that can point and laugh, also,
he's monetizing that fear.
Of course.
Yep. I mean,
of an empowered academic woman, and that's what scares his audience.
It's an aggrievement.
Yeah.
You know, like
a 20-year-old woman doing what I don't want her to be doing is a huge problem.
Right. It's a scary time for a lot of groups in this country because we're in a reactionary period emboldened by this incredibly corroded and segmented media environment.
Where is the difference between you're doing a PhD thesis I don't like and your body, my decision? Like these are all.
Hold on, Shimmer Pickles just said it right here. It's crazy how these rich people think that. How these rich people distracting, screwing over people with hating on trans people and women. I think I missed. I did read that exactly as it was typed. No, but she's dead on here. Like they are totally using this just to distract everybody. It's not breaking news that oh my god, they're using a cultural issue to distract us and keep us separated.
All like those two sort of like statements are completely part of the same.
Hate to say it, getting the right on board and the people who support Trump the like hardest, who are like poor and who would benefit from policies that we enjoy or that we that we're spouting. Then yeah, I think that this is it's going to be an uphill battle, but we should definitely tackle it.
Of work. And work, but
controlling women, mainly young women,
and if you stick if you try and show any pride in, and let's be clear, this is writing a PhD thesis is a massive achievement. He couldn't even get through 2 paragraphs of the abstract in terms of reading it, never mind writing it.
He couldn't understand the title,
and.
But he feels like
it's kind of true.
Feels higher.
He did misunderstand
or
the
at
title.
Least purports and wants his audience to feel like they're better than her.
They're better than her, and that's and here is how we're going to do that. We're going to say, "Oh, excuse me, what are you doing?" I mean, it's just it's gross.
Anyway, about smells. In Tim Pool's studio, I heard it smells crazy.
It does not smell good in there. I will tell you right now. It does not smell good in there.
Yeah. He's gotta move on from the whole crew there. Just, Axe body sprays for 14-year-olds, guys.
Yeah.
And it doesn't cover up everything.
All right. We gotta talk about this.
All right. Yeah, that was the segment that I wanted to cover. So, man, Tim Pool, and that was actually probably the best example of him doing exactly like what Sam loves pointing out about Tim Pool, where he'll sit there with a story specifically about, a PhD thesis, and then he'll just completely get it wrong. That's Shimmer Pickle. I think she was not even kidding. I bet Tim smells like axe and feet. Yeah, because I think that Sam kind of insinuated that, where it really did smell like his studio smelled bad. And he also said that like the equipment was dusty and just kind of nasty. I was like, wow, that's kind of funny. Also, I hate to say, like, because of that kind of stuff, like even 2 days of me not dusting, I'm like, oh, gotta take care of that. You gotta love Tim Pool. At least he's consistent in his stupidity. That's fun. But yeah, that was a fun segment. All right. So we got the MR Fun segment done. We got the Hasan done. TYT is crashing out. I think that's what we'll move on to next because it seems to be true. It seems to be true. Okay. Give me 1 second. All right. What do you guys think about, I mean, Jim and Skidum here thinks that he's like quadrupled down on this thought process that, you know, there's something up with Emma and Tip. But yeah, I can sense the tongue and you're doing tongue in cheek, which it's kind of funny when you say tongue in cheek because I'm always thinking like, which something else. I love how normies are saying crashing out now. Lex Thompson, it said that these clowns won. Yeah, I mean, I don't know about that, man. I'm seeing some major benefits from the resistance movements already. Like, dude, he's not even in office, and you got some actual like tentative plans on, you know, stopping him at the state level, stopping him as far as like getting populist candidates involved. There is some movement. I've even seen some movement, surprisingly, with the Bernie wing, where it kind of seems like they are gearing up for exactly what we were talking about at the beginning of this show, where even if it's AOC, they are looking for somebody to run as the farther left alternative to whoever this, you know, new corporate entity is going to be. Now, if they choose somebody like a J.B. Pritzker, I hate to say it, and I know that I'm a little biased because he's my governor, and honestly, like, I do actually think that he's done some good things. Yes, I think that if he really wanted to prove how populist he is, then he would do some executive tax cuts or whatever the hell he could do. I mean, I don't know the extent of his power with that. I do know that we have to still go through the state senate and all that, and the state assembly, but I just feel like there could be more to to quell some of the property taxes, because we're getting a little out there, but you know, whatever. All right. Yeah, it is kind of funny how like the normies are using crashing out now, although it's not normies necessarily using it. Because I'll be honest, I got it like from the title of the video that I was going to check out, because Mike Figueredo at the Humanist Report did a really good breakdown recently on Leftist Mafia, and he teased that he was putting this out, so I was kind of waiting on this one, to be completely honest. Jim and Skidum, I listened to the AM talk radio, and they are drinking the celebratory Kool-Aid. It's already better, according to them. That's hilarious and insane, because literally, I remember like the gas prices came down for like 2 or 3 days, and then they're like, look, Trump already, the gas prices are better because of Trump. And then all of a sudden they went back up, and they're like, oh, no, you gotta remember Biden's still in office. Again, dude, it's, I don't take these people seriously at all. And I hate the fact that the media does, because they are essentially the idiots that you can like spoon feed this crap to. Honestly, that's why leftist talk radio isn't as popular, is because you can't just you can't spoon feed these people and also like have them like it, because a lot of leftist media is just bringing up shit that you don't necessarily want to think about, where you're like, well, you know, that does kind of suck. Yeah, where like right-wing media, it's always to like make themselves kind of the victim, even if they made themselves the victim. That's hilarious to me, where especially if they're going like based on policies, even if they have like a half-baked idea of what policy like put them into the financial situation that they're in, but then you kindly break it to them that was like, you know, a Bush era policy, and they were just like, well, Obama was in office when it happened. It's like, do you understand how bills work? I think that every single person in this country needs to just needs a free version of the Schoolhouse Rock video of I'm a bill. I forgot the actual song. See, apparently I need it. But I also understand a little bit of how our government works. So, Lex Thompson, will the DNC allow someone better for leftist populism to run, though? Yes. Yeah, they're going to have to at this point because I have a feeling that's really the referendum that's going to come out of all of this, especially the worse that Trump gets. There's going to start being a call for it's like you guys are going to have to let up, and at some point it's on us, it's on whoever the leftist coalition is. They can't play the decorum game like Bernie Sanders did, where he would not overtly call out the BS that was happening. Like, had Bernie maybe staved off like the Wasserman Schultz coup, essentially, because I still hold her almost solely responsible, where she just decided, she's just like, we're not going to allow this to happen. Shimmer Pickles, I wish, but look at the way that they reacted to Kamala. You know, like, come on. We're still having this stupid freaking, I hate the fact that we even need to do this. The fact, like, think of this. Joe Biden was a diversity hire because they needed a white, crusty old dude on the ticket to even possibly get Barack Obama to become the president. So I just still can't believe that we're, 2 Obama presidencies, in, and he did leave office popular. He was a very popular guy. Even though he may not have been with me personally, because I thought that his drone strikes were a bridge too far until, all of a sudden Trump, quadrupled down on that one. Then I was just like, okay, grass is greener on the other side situation. Uh-oh. But I can understand also where your apprehension's coming from as far as like getting excited or anything, but I don't see what dooming right now at the very beginning of the, at the pushback. What are we doing? Like, no, that's not how you build a resistance. Building a resistance could you imagine if the rebels in Star Wars got together and it was just, Leia, Luke, and like a few of the people just sitting in that little conference room, and then they were just like, yeah, I don't think we're going to win. And then they just give up. They're like, okay, well, I guess the Emperor should just, whatever. And then their version of, the battles are just, putting out comments online. Essentially, that's, yeah, come on. No, like we have to be, number one, yeah, the next strategy, actually, Deemstar's right here. The next strategy is to outflank MAGA to the right. I stopped short at outflanking MAGA, but then you added that part to the right. I'm like, oh, no, I don't agree with that at all. DNC is beholden to corporate interest. That's the convenient return to center. Yeah, but if you, again, dude, think of it this way. Like, the lower class can be convinced that, like, the dollar store is a great store because everything is $1. And they're like, yep, I love going to that place. It makes me happy. They have my best interests at heart. It's the same with people who shop, at Target or Walmart or whatever the hell. But then it's like, deep down, you're like, no, they don't. Like, they're a corporate entity that's trying to screw me, and every deal that I get isn't a good deal. Like, what? Jim and Skinner, Jasmine Crockett seems genuine. Yeah, she is. She is. There's a lot of genuine politicians, believe it or not. Like, I was really upset that, like, Sherrod Brown lost his election in Ohio, because I was just like, oh, he was one of, like, the really good ones. He could have, but you also have to look at it from this, like, perspective too. For every time that we thought that, a guy like Sherrod or what's her name, Katie something from California, I'm blanking on her name, but she is also like an up and coming star, and all of us, she has all of these awesome, clips from doing all these hearings, but realistically, nobody got, like, dude, she wasn't even popular enough to like hold her own district at one point. Like, that's the kind of stuff that really gets to me, because like TYT did this with Nina Turner, where they tried to convince me that Nina Turner was going to win. Like, and I'm just saying, like, yeah, convince everybody, but me as a viewer, I'm just like, she's not, because like I kept looking at like all of the polling. I looked at everything that was happening in her district, and I was like, she's not going to win. And guess who got chewed out for that? And they were even accusing me of just being like, oh, so you're just buying into the narrative. See, oh my God, so you're just playing into it. It's like, no, guys, you have to look at the fact that if someone's unpopular, they're freaking unpopular. They may be popular to you, but to the broader electorate, they're not. And that's why I also have this attitude of, guys, we have to hold on. Okay, I'm gonna stop this thought because somebody just said, Jim and Skid have 1,000 subscribers and he'll do the podcast in a white robe and sandals. You know what? You guys get me to 1,000 subs. I don't know. Maybe I could put on a Jesus costume. Actually, I'm gonna start doing a little fun thing too. If I start hitting my sub goals and also membership goals. Yeah, I got some fun things that I can start doing. I got this like really, really comfy, like it's like an UGG blanket, hoodie thing. Yeah, you guys gotta pay me to put that out there. Lex, oh, you're subbing now. Thank you. Oh, you're a hero. I love you. Thank you. Everyone liked the Chicago. Hey, you know what? I actually have I have a shirt from this man right here, CM Punk, that says, I was there for the second coming. He is the second city saint, if you didn't know that. Although, I want to take that moniker. Wait a minute. He doesn't even have long hair. Hold the phone. You know what? If CM Punk regrows his hair, then maybe he can retake the moniker of Chicago Jesus. But right now, no. That's me. Oh, but yeah, no. Shimmer Pickles is right. Everyone like the stream for Chicago Jesus, please. Liking the stream is free for you, and it helps me out immensely. So I'm not exaggerating that in the slightest. It really does. That's the stuff that helps like boost us in the algorithm. I'm not breaking any rules here. I'm not giving you the inside baseball that I'm not supposed to. So Jim and Skidum, number 889. Ooh, nice. We're getting closer to 890. Look at, oh man, getting to that 1,000. I'd love to get there. That'd be nice. Yeah, man, I had like a massive sub boost yesterday. That was insane. I had 10 subs during the stream. I was like, hell yeah. Gotta do the little shilly thing real quick. Just remember that this fine program is sponsored by Ground News. So, give me 1 sec. Actually, somebody's at my door. Oh, we lost the dog. He's going nuts. Can I pet that dog? He would. I know he would actually. He would love you. Bro, you just popped up on my feed out of nowhere, LOL. You know what? I love that. I love the fact that I am just kind of popping up on people's feeds and they're just like, what is this high on politics? Yeah. Can you guys hear him? He's he's going nuts. Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. He's gone. Uh-oh. I might not be able to do my my thing here. Yeah, because I hate to say this, it's going to be a shorter stream today. Hey guys, what's chicken piccata? Just got asked if I want chicken piccata. I'm like, I don't know. Same, found you out of nowhere. I'm from Mount Man. I'm surrounded by MT. Is that Montana? I think Montana, yeah. It's got a short stream. Oh my lord. All right. Here, give me 1 sec. Okay. Yeah, I think I'm having the chicken piccata, guys. Because guess what? Quick update. They were out. They were out of the shepherd's pies. I should have known though, because like usually by like 3 o'clock those things are gone. That sucks. Sorry, guys. Is this better? Wait. Guys, is this better? Yeah, R.I.P. Shepherd's Pie. That sucks. Okay, but real quick, so you know what? We're gonna do the TYT bit tomorrow, so what I'll do here is give me 1 second. See? Can I sing? Can you sing? Definitely sing. Sing? What do you guys want me to sing? What am I supposed to sing? I mean, I'm not... Did I mention that I'm sick? National anthem? Oh, sick. No. Oh, no. Not doing this. The thing is, you will actually be able to, like, just... I'll sing, like, randomly, but now that you guys are doing this thing... You say you want to dance to a different groove, don't just sit and bust a move. God damn it. Can do, oh, there you go. Open your eyes, what do you see? The cult of personality. Must sing. Guys. LOL, accidentally did a political rant at my supervisor as I was leaving work. I need to learn to shut them up. Dude, don't get fired, man. Don't get fired. Do not get fired, especially, like, if you're watching my stream and you get fired, like, because I'm amping you up with political talk, let's not do that. But yeah, all right, so real quick, guys, I got a real funny story, something that happened today. So my mom is in town, which, hey mom, I'm not sure if she's actually, like, popping in to watch this. She kind of mentioned she might. So yeah, she's in town, just visiting, and she, like, wanted to have lunch, so I was like, yeah, let's do this, you know, not a big deal. Well, I pick her up from this, like, random place. Like, she's staying with a friend, and it's like this weird business center. I'm just like, okay, this is, like, I feel like I'm doing, like, a deal here. This is weird. And I'm just like, what's going on here? She's like, oh, my friend is running a, like, an NA meeting. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. Like, so... You know, they're doing... It's one of those ones where it's not like your average NA meeting, I guess. It's a little more low-key. I don't know. She said that it was, you know, kind of chill. But so, fast forward, we get to the part where we're having lunch, and my mom is just like, I wouldn't mind smoking. Oh yeah, it's just one of her good friends. But yeah, she's like, I really wouldn't mind smoking. I haven't smoked in a while, like in a little bit. And when I hear I haven't smoked in a little bit, especially from her, that just means like, okay, so it could literally just be a few days. So after I'm just like thinking about like packing her up a binger against my better judgment, thank God I saw through that though, because I was just like, wait a minute, because I'm like, wait. And I just asked her out of, curiosity, like, how long has it been? She's like, oh, it's been like 2 months. I'm like, oh, okay. So I packed her up a little chillum, and I was just like, here, you can take this. And she was just like, yeah, I really appreciate this. And oh my God, it was so funny. Because I didn't piece together that I had accidentally given her one that was like 37%, which was that's up there. And she's cooked. She's completely cooked. she does this really funny thing where she's just like, right afterwards, she's sitting and she's just going, do you have water? Like, can I have some water? I'm like, yeah. But she's got the look, guys. We all know this look of somebody that, is pretty new, where she's like, I'm just like, okay. And I'm like, so let's go get some food. So we go get Portillo's. So I got my hot dog, even though it's not the best one. It was passable, and I was very happy about it. And it was so funny because I asked her, I'm like, hey, do you want your own fries? And she's just like, I don't know. Do I want my own fries? And then she just, without missing a beat, turns to the guy at the window and she's just like, do I need fries? And I'm just like, okay. And then I'm like, we'll take a large fry. The guy looked at me like, so she's being, she is being adorably high. It is so funny. And she's also just like, well, can I steal some of your fries? I'm like, well, that's why I got the large. She's like, oh, okay. So, we get back, we eat our meal, right? And she's just sitting there with her, she got an Italian beef, she got a dipped Italian beef. She's just sitting there, Hey Jim, she literally asked, like, can she, and I didn't dose my mom, she smoked something that was a little outside of her, usual 20%, because usually my mom can hang, she's not like a lightweight, but man, it was just so funny. She's sitting there eating her sandwich, and just, you can hear the enjoyment. She's like, just the way she looks up. This is just really funny. Fast forward, I'm like, okay, so where am I dropping you off? Immediately, I'm like, oh yeah, because like I just assumed I'm dropping her off at her friend's house. She's like, I don't know. So she calls her friend, and her friend's just like, yeah, just drop, have them meet at the clinic. I was like, wait, and again, I look at my mom, and she is still ripped, and she's like, okay, and I'm like, wait, okay, right. So I give my mom a little care package because she just trying to be a good son. So mind you, she now quite possibly like reeks too, right? And this woman is running the NA clinic. She is running the actual like event. So we get there, and my mom is like, okay, well, I gotta go run this event now. I'm like, wait, you're doing what? She's just like, yeah, I'm co-running the event. And I'm like, No, you did not. So she just casually gets out, walks into the thing, and she's doing the little high waddle, and I gave her a little thing of apples, like baked apples, that she was just like, baked apples. I might have to eat these baked apples. I'm like, oh no. And it was so funny. So I get back in my car and I just have this moment of clarity where I'm like, oh shit, did my mom just walk into an NA meeting leading the thing high, also with a pocket full of herb? What? What just happened? Yeah. So that as far as I know, I think she did okay. So I don't know, man. It could yeah. I don't know. I didn't get a phone call, so that's good. Yeah, exactly. Shiver Pickles. Oopsie doopsie. I can't imagine her. Oh man, I almost would want to go and see that meeting, but I would only want to be the fly on the wall. Being her son in that situation, I don't know about that. But yeah, that was pretty freaking wild. Oh god. And like literally the entire way home, I'm just sitting there like, what did I do? Oh no, what did I do? Oh. And again, she's not exactly what I would call a subtle type of high either. Like you one look at her and she's just like, how you doing? Baked apples, the petitioner man here to sing it for us. Baked apples, baked apples. That was just so funny the way she was holding him too. Just baked apples. It reminds me of the way my buddy's dad used to. He had this weird jingle for anytime he'd go to Blockbuster Video. So like I have that like ingrained in my memory is just my friend's dad just randomly going like, we're going to Blockbuster Video. It's like, what the I don't know, it inspired me to have jingles for silly things, you know, like it's literally the making copies, but it's with songs. If you don't know what the making copies thing is, then I feel fucking so old. I feel bad. I think half of my stream isn't going to be able to make this one because I just got a little piece of info. Unfortunately, 2 of our fine viewers are not going to make it. This is Midwestern culture, random jingles. Is it? Is it? I mean, I sing to my dog, like, when I'm doing random things. Like, making them food. Like, I will have, like, just random food jingles, and also just... Lex Thompson. Wait a minute. I'm using this as my opportunity. Donate to the stream, and I will do the weird things you are asking me to do. Like singing. I do have limits. I do have limits. At some point, somebody's just gonna be like, I just donated you $20. Can you do the what is it, the truffle shuffle? The truffle shuffle from Goonies? It's like, maybe. Did you say your my name? My name is literally Pepper. You can call me Pep if you want to, but yeah, it's my last name, but yeah. You guys can call me Pep. I know that on the thumbnail I had to switch it to Ground News Presents, but it used to be Pep Talks Presents, because yes, that is the name of my my channel. That's the name of me. So I am Pep Talks. Nice to meet you guys. No, the making copies. There it is. Making copies. God. Actually, I just watched a bunch of old Norm Macdonald doing his weekend update. Yes. Jim and Skidum. Yes. Pep Talks. Oh, I get it. Yep. God. You guys, that came from Land Before Time, I think. The yep. That was Ducky. sad story about that. The voice actress got murdered by her dad. I know, bummer. I just took a bummer turn on that one, but that's been part of my vernacular since I was like a little kid. Yeah. Now I hope you guys enjoyed my my little story about my mom, because that was wild. That was legitimately wild to me, where I was just like, you know, I could say that I would want a boring life, but nah, I'm good. Because if you guys didn't know, my mom went viral. Like, she went viral. She ended up on the nightly news viral. Yeah, you guys should definitely check out that video that I made that is called "My Mom Went Viral." You guys can search it in my my videos there. But yes, she without spoiling the video too much, she did something that most people would know never to do, and she did it in a way that was just like so casual. It's scary. It is genuinely terrifying. Just how she was like, yeah, I'll just do this, but... All right. I'm gonna smoke with you fine people real quick, and then might have to dip here, okay? Because Wednesdays are my shorter stream days, just so you know. Sometimes I'll be able to go a little bit later, but most of the time, yeah, Wednesdays are going to just go to about 6:30, 7 o'clock. Thursdays, I'm just so you know, tomorrow I will not be here at the same time. I'm going to be popping on right around 8 o'clock and doing a later stream with you guys. So I hope you guys are available tomorrow at around 8 Central Standard Time for any of my Chicago peeps. Let's go. There's a first for everything. So yes, let's I have to keep everything off cam. I heard about the actress. I didn't know she was also Ducky. Yes. Yes. Yep. Yeah, she was Ducky from. Yeah. Oh yeah, she was also in All Dogs Go to Heaven. She was the voice of the little girl in All Dogs Go to Heaven. God, that's one of my favorite movies, by the way. And if you guys join my Discord, I'll tell you guys why. All Dogs Go to Heaven is one of my favorite movies. But you gotta join my Discord. That's the only way I'll tell you, okay? Also, members only. I'm not kidding about this one, guys. So I'm gonna be cranking out some of that members only content here. Cranking out. I can't. God, I really am a freaking child. But I am. I'm going to be doing some members only content here. So if you guys want that, I have some lower price membership tiers. So I think it's $2.99 to become a member. For that, I know that I had to break it down in like the different tiers, but for those ones, I will allow you guys to allow you. But yeah, I'll open it up to everybody so you guys can come and watch me game. But you do have to do at least the bottom tier, okay? So yes, get yourself a membership. Also, you guys can send custom super chats right now. I'm gonna be doing tips through Streamlabs. I'll set that up here pretty soon. There was a little bit of a setback on that one. Specifically, Streamlabs totally screwed up my banking info, so I have to. Yeah. All right. So number one, say hello to Dr. Dabber, and yes, check it out. Like that's live, like the live LEDs. I love it. This thing's so cool. All right, and then. All right, now I turn around, and we do this together, okay? Let's pretend that it's 420, okay? All right. I love this thing. Turn it off. There it goes. Huh. Wonderful. So I hope you guys enjoyed that, because I know I did. Lex Thompson, sick. Cheers. Heck yeah, guys. Jim and Skidum. I mean, I should probably put that like somewhere in the description. It's like, this is a group activity. Because it is a good vibe. Think about it. Like, I don't know. I like the idea of, I mean, this is why I started this stream. I just love the idea of doing this with like-minded people. Yes, Lex, see? Lex is disappointed in you. Oh. All right. Taco Tuesday and Short Day Hump Day. Libby Cafe, LOL forgiven. Thank you. I appreciate that. Oh, man. Oh. That just got me very, very, toasty. Toasty. Ah. Maybe the hood wasn't a good idea. All right. I'm not doing what I did yesterday. This was a pleasant surprise. I'm happy I found this channel. Lex Thompson, I am happy you found this channel too. Genuinely, like, I'm not even joking, man. Like, I really appreciate you guys. Like, this is fun. I love doing this, and I enjoy having you guys here. This is It did. You know what? You bring up a good point. All right, so I can show you how to work this thing. I'm gonna hit it twice. All right, I'm going lower. Yeah, we're going blue. There we go. Shimmer Pickles, it's fun. Everyone in chat is funny. Yeah, you know what? Yeah, that is a great observation there, Shimmer Pickles. We do have a very funny community here. You guys make me, like, you legit make me laugh. Like, like, all you guys. Jim and Skidum, honestly, like, you've got me a few times today that I was just like, okay, man. Jim and Skidum and Duke of Bread, you guys are like two peas in a pod here, man. The way that you guys have been busting my balls, like, Duke, he's an OG, so just know, like, he is the guy who started the whole busting my balls. He's also the lore master. Like, he knows all my lore now, which, again, just a little background. I've only been doing this since, like, last Friday. So, or not this so, yeah, 2 Fridays ago or whatever. Last week Monday was my first full week streaming. So, the best live stream chat community I found. Ruben's Train. Yes. Wait. Did you change your name? Because you got the J there, and I have a feeling I know who you are. I just don't want to say otherwise. Jim and Skidum, respect the Duke, dude. You gotta respect the Duke. Royalty. I keep I keep saying it, but man, you really did nail it with that name. Lucky. Although, you know what? Hey, I did pretty good here. I finally gave in. I finally said, that's what I thought. Okay. Damn it. All right, so I'm not going to call you by your old name then. I'll just call you Ruben Strain. Although, hey, cool. What I do, respect to you, friend. LOL. Yeah, you are a goof. Look at you. Look at you with them glasses. Oh, man. No, this is if you guys haven't seen the Discord, I'm not even kidding. You guys have to go there. We have a lot of fun there that obviously we can't just be posting in the chat. Here, you know what? I'll link that real quick before I have to skedaddle. Cause yeah, I'm dead serious. We got some fun stuff in there. We got my YouTube alerts, so you get to know when I'm going live before everybody else. You get to see my pets, horticulture, all that fun stuff. We also, that's where you guys can call into the show if you would like to call into the show. So, that is, oh, you're taking off? Oh, okay. I'm not taking off just quite yet. Just give me 1 second. God, everybody, the second that I'm like, yeah, I'm probably gonna have to skedaddle here, it's like, oh, okay. Well, no need to race out. I was literally just saying, let's give this a shot, please. Also, just give me one moment here. I do have to also link this. And here we go. Oh, new pup. Oh, we got a puppy upstairs. We got a puppy. Well, I mean, technically YouTube is recording all my mistakes. They got this thing called Remix. Very, very fun. Do a misogyny. Quick, do a misogyny. Oh, these broads over here telling me to do a misogyny. Uh-oh. There, is that good enough for you? There, I did the misogyny. All right. I don't know why they all sound like creepy Italian fucking uncles, but whatever, it's just like, I'm doing the misogyny. Yeah. No, I might be taking off at the 3-hour mark, so also, I got one more little thing. 10 out of 10. Nice. It was 10 out of 10 misogyny? All right. Oh, I know I haven't lost my touch then. Cool. Oh, God. I'm actually sad that you guys haven't had the pleasure of mixing it up with Lex. Oh, my God. What's his name? I almost said Lex Friedman. Lex Wiseman. Or Les Wiseman. Sorry, I saw your name, Lex Thompson, and I conflated that. No, we got a guy named Les Wiseman that pops up, and he's like pro-Israel, and he hates anybody under the age of 60. So he literally said, he's just like, I hate watch millennials who do YouTube and comment on politics. It's just like, you have a very weird media appetite. But okay. I guess that's cool. All right, but yeah, also guys, look out for the excuse me. Hit the bell icon on YouTube if you guys want my live alerts whenever I go live, because honestly, I thought Les was an old woman, honestly. I don't know at this point. I'm pretty sure he's a guy. I'm pretty sure he's a guy that's an old hippie that has, like, literally, he's got the balding top right here, but he's got the pulled back ponytail, and he's all, yeah, he's got the white hair. Like, he's I consider him a disenfranchised hippie. Or he was just like, bleh. It didn't go the way I wanted it to. But he's also not a full-blown Trump supporter, so I will give him that little monicum of credit where it's just like, okay, bud, you're not that bad. You're not that bad. Shimmer Pickles, millennials are the best generation for politics. We really are. I'm not even trying to, like, be a dick about it. It's just like, no, we are. We're better. our politics are pretty good. We're very steadfast in our politics. That's the one thing that I have noticed is just how once we get to like this portion of our like leftism, we really don't waver. But all right, guys, I gotta call it. It is that time. But I appreciate you all being here. I appreciate all you guys sticking around. I also appreciate anybody. I'm sorry, you said. Hold on. Who said it? I joined Shimmer Pickles. All right, cool. Shimmer Pickles. Shout out Shimmer Pickles. Thank you for joining. That you are awesome, and yes, you are going to be you got the keys to watching me suffer video games. Duke of Bread, real quick. I imagine Les is an old Jewish lady, just probably problematic. I should reflect. You're doing too much there, Duke of Bread. You're doing too much. You gotta take a rest there, Duke of Bread. Okay? Okay? This is your Jewish grandmother telling you to simmer down and take a rest. Man, you guys make me do like weird characters. But all right, guys. As I said, hit those notifications.